well alright.
Well, all right.
Dig, 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 well alright.
Well, all right.
Chop, 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 well alright.
Well, all right.
Hi, 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 well alright, well alright, well alright, well alright. The music's talking to you, you know tonight's the night.
The devil and the deep blue sea. We're gonna party, anybody love we're gonna get out the honey, baby, honey. What a do, what a do, be the devil and the deep blue sea.
All right.
I don't want you, but I hate to lose you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. We're gonna party, anybody love we're gonna get out the honey, baby, honey. What a do, what a do, be the devil and the deep blue sea.
All right.
The devil and the deep blue sea.
Going, I don't know where we're going. Yes, we're going. The only thing I know is going.
I forgive you, 'cause I can't forget you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I ought to cross you off my list, but when you come knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist, and I come running back for more. I should hate you, but I guess I love you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. The devil and the deep blue sea.
Going, I don't know where we're going. Yes, we're going. The only thing I know is going. Oh, tonight's the night. Oh, tonight's the night.
I forgive you, 'cause I can't forget you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I ought to cross you off my list, but when you come knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist, and I come running back for more. I should hate you, but I guess I love you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. The devil and the deep blue sea. We're gonna party, anybody love we're gonna get out the honey, baby, honey. What a do, what a do, be the devil and the deep blue sea. What did you do about the honey bun? But I did it, what it all. We don't let it do, let it do it all. But it all, it all, it did it, but it did not do. It got up, but it let it, but I do. The devil and the deep blue sea.
Black coffee, I'm in trouble. Black coffee, I see trouble. Man, 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 I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm so dizzy. Black coffee, please get busy. Oh, 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 now make you get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy. Please get busy. Man, 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 I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy. Please get busy. Oh, 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 now I'm not gonna get home. I'm not gonna get home.
I'm going to do an unconventional thing and just start streaming from here because I'm aware the music's finished and I haven't got the face-off build open yet and all that. And I don't really want to play another track, and also I need to work out what's going on in this game and who I need to give points to. And I need to thank everybody for the level 5 hype train, which is still going, 47% at level 5 before I've even lifted a finger this evening. Thank you so much, all of you, for your love and support and generosity. I could probably activate the camera as well, couldn't I? Let me do that just now, just briefly, and then we can go. Badoom! There we go. Hello, good evening, 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 and welcome to Game Night Originals. Lovely to have you here, and let me go through first of all and say big thanks to everybody who is still sending love and generosity in this direction. Lupine1, thank you for the 8-month subscription, and good luck everyone. Kegler Coach, 7-month subscription, a glorious 7 months it's been. Thank you for your support. ABM, 4 months. Thank you very much for your ongoing support. That's when the hype train started. Matt giving out a gifted sub there to. It doesn't say. I might have to go and look at the other dashboard. And there's more stuff coming in. I can't keep up with everything. Let me try and keep up with everything. Let me try. Well, the Matt gifted tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for that. And then Brig followed me. Thanks for the follow, I guess, Brig. I thought you were fairly ingrained in the community now, but thanks for the follow all the same. DC Simmons gifting out 2 tier 1 community subs. Claire gifting out 2 tier 1 community subs. Kira cheered for 100 bits. It's Sotley resubscribing at 4. Ash gifting out 5 tier subs. Another 100 bits from Kira. Apodonoiva giving out 2 Tier 1 community subs. Mooglike Substance resubbing with Pride for 6 months. Claire giving out another community sub. Brand new Halo cheering 100 bits. Matt cheering 500 bits. Kira another 100 bits. You guys are crazy and awesome in equal measure. Thank you so much for your generosity. Accidental unfollow and refollow. That'll be what that is then. And another 100 bits coming in there from Kegler Coach. I do not know why the bits thing is still broken compared to all the others. It just doesn't do the thing it's supposed to do. But there it is. Anyway, thank you all so much for the love. 90% hype train on level 5. That's tantalizingly close. I don't want to be that guy, but it's very close. Oh no, I don't want to type anything. So thank you all for your generosity and for giving so generously and supporting the channel. It's been a lovely time that I've been here, and thank you for all that you're still doing. The night's only just starting. I don't know why it feels like I'm wrapping up. The night's not wrapping up. It's the end. It's the start of the night. So I need to say congratulations to the blue team actual profile who pipped handsome trip at the post 1160 to 1007, and many congratulations to We Like Shapes who finished with a high score of 126, and Kegler Coach gifting a 2 tier 1 subs there to Energia and MN Badger 1989. Welcome to both of you. Thank you to Kegler Coach, and there we go, tipping over the level 5 complete. Amazing. Thank you so much to all of you for the insane levels of hype at the start of the night. We Like Shapes, I need to go and give you a bonus penny, a warm-up penny game as a high-scoring player. Yay, bonus pennies. Bonus penny for We Like Shapes. There you go. We Like Shapes give you a bonus penny for winning the warm-up there. Now, things that are going to happen this evening. I'm going to give you a reward for doing a level 5 hype train. I say it's going to be a reward. It's a thing that was going to happen anyway, but I'm going to make it that it's being about the reward. So I've been doing a little bit of what's sort of crunch. Crunch is the word. A little bit of crunch today, for reasons that will become clear, and and so yeah, that's your reward. That I've been doing crunch, and you'll see what the fruits of my crunch are a little bit later on. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It might have been I've changed something of something old. It might be that there's something new on the horizon. It might be a sneak peek of something that's to come. But there's something coming at the end of the stream, so don't go away at the end of the stream because there's going to be something. So no, I know absolutely nothing of crunch, Claire. You're absolutely right. Le crunch. What is crunch in this concept? Crunch is someone who works in the games industry explain crunch in the context of the game industry. We got a level 5 hype train in mode. Let's share that. Basically, unpaid overtime. So it's maybe not good, but having to get something done in a very short amount of time proves is what the crunch is referring to in this here context here. Fruits of my crunch. Yes. Well, let me tell you what we've got in store for this evening. First of all, we have got a face-off heat, which is going to be between, if I go to announcements, it will tell me, because I wrote it earlier on. First face-off heat between Lupine, Samster, Clive, and Ben's J. So if you guys would like to make your way towards the green room, that would be splendid and fabulous. We've then got our feature game for the evening, which is The Purge, with questions written by the Lupine one. Really, really good question about one of the easiest packs I've had to proofread. Really solid questions, nicely balanced along the way as well. I think you're really going to enjoy that. So that's The Purge, with questions from Lupine one. We've then got our second face-off heat a little bit later on, which is going to be between 8minky, Alex R, Inca, and Ash the Bash. That's going to be the second one, probably about 9:30-ish, something like that. So 2 face-offs, and then after that, there's going to be something else, maybe. That's going to be a thing. Yeah, lots and lots to look forward to. I need to get the face-up build open and ready. Oh my god, excuse me. Sorry, I ate far too much pasta and red meat with dinner in far too short amount of time. So that's yeah, that's a thing. So I'm slightly, as I often am when we eat dinner late before on a stream night. So let's go to Game Night Originals, for that is what tonight is. I need to disable the camera here, so I'm going to go away briefly and disable that there camera. Studio mode, gamer cam, flush cam, deactivate because there's one in the game for this. Let's go back to Originals and Studio mode. I'll load the build. Give me about 2 minutes, and probably not even that, maybe 1 minute, and then we'll have our first face-off for this evening with our 4 players, hopefully standing by, ready to get going. So, sit tight, stay there, and I'll be back in just a few minutes' time. It was spag bol. The spaghetti bolognese with a little bit of linguine mixed in for good measure, because linguine is bay. So, Face Off is going to begin momentarily. I've unmuted the Discord. I need to undeafen myself in the server as well, so that when the players come and join in just a moment, they'll be able to see exactly what's going on. We need to go and take a little look at the leaderboard to see what is going on in that department. Hopefully I've pressed all the right balls to make sure everything appears. That looks about right to me. So, Toot sitting pretty at the top of the leaderboard at the moment, 12 points. Ralph in second with 10 points. Of course, Ralph coming in for another game this evening. Keshi sitting in third. Samster's in fourth. Brig there in fifth after the controversial refinal, well, arguably controversial refinal between Ralph and Brig last weekend. Inca's in sixth. Procyon there in seventh. Peter is in eighth. Ape in ninth, and Clive is in 10th. As we are beyond the mid stage, every player has only got 2 heats left at this point. Benzie in 11th, Topper in 12th, Ash in 13th, Alex in 14th, Liam in 15th, Kira in 16th, but there is so much that could change between now and the end of the heats. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more heats to go. And by the end of this set of heats, so this weekend and next weekend, everybody will have played in every position in the game. So red, yellow, green, and blue. Thereafter, I need to check the rulebook to see what I wrote down. I can't remember if I said RNG, if it's going to be determined by points for the last one. I will double check that and consult with the adjudicators as to what's going to happen. But hopefully my 4 contestants are ready for this evening, and I can see them all in the green room, and I'm hoping that means that they're all sound tested and ready to go, and I'm hoping they're going to start to appear in the broadcast studio in just a moment. I might just start doing the draggy drag. Should I just do the draggy drag? I could just do the draggy drag. Oh, there they go. Here they come. To all 4 of you, good evening and welcome. I'm going to put the lozenges on the screen first, and then I'll do the traditional greetings. So, in this first face-off this evening, we welcome Ralph from Huddersfield, Samster, the 23-year-old from the Midlands in the UK, Clive, our 25-year-old from Chattanooga, and Benzie, our 22-year-old content creator from upstate New York. To all 4 of you, a good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, 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 hello. Lovely to have you all here this evening. Now, Ralph, you've been here a lot recently, it seems, because obviously you were here 2 weeks ago and then back for a rematch last weekend and then here again tonight. So are you getting face-off fatigue at all?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I could do a break after this one, especially if I'm going up against Samster and Clive and Benz.
Indeed so. Well, I applaud your integrity and your honesty there. Ralph, just looking at the stats right here, you're sitting at 63% accuracy, which is pretty good. You've just highlighted that this could be a tough heat.
Yes, because, you know, Samster, Clive.
Well, we'll see how you get on. Ralph, thank you for coming back, and do take a well-deserved break next week. Of course, you get a break from the Purge because you've written the question pack for us for that this evening. We're very much looking forward to that, but the best of luck in your face-off tonight. Samster, how are you keeping?
Good. A little bit nervous. This is the first time I've had to do 2 weeks in a row, so...
Aha, yes.
Yeah.
Such as the RNG falling the way it does. 53.42% question accuracy. Currently in 4th in the league with 8 points. You've got a 2nd place and a... where are you there? A 1st place. A 1st and a 2nd and...
2 seconds, I think.
And another 2nd. So,
yeah.
Pretty good statistics so far. Anything you're worried about here?
Again, it's just RNG, isn't it? It all depends on what questions come up. I could easily go out in the first round. That's just the nature of the game.
Absolutely is. Well, the very best of luck tonight, Samster.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing how you're getting on. And Mr. The Clive. Welcome, Clive.
Hey up.
Currently 10th place in the league. 52.7% accuracy, so remarkably similar accuracy to Samster, have to be said. Less than 1% between the 2 of you, though notably you've... In fact, I was about to say notably you've answered fewer questions, but actually you've answered 1 more question. You've both you and Samster 39 correct, Clive 35 incorrect, Samster 34 incorrect. So that is, those are tight statistics. How are you feeling coming up against Ralph, Samster and Benzie tonight?
Ooh, anxious. I'm just hoping I don't get any pass spirals tonight.
The pass spirals, they can be very real. Well, Clive, it's great to have you with us. Thank you again for being here, and the best of luck to you. And finally, we welcome Benzie. Benzie, good evening.
Good evening.
38% accuracy, 27 right, 44 wrong. Currently sitting in 11th, so just shy of the semi-finals at the moment, though a big win here could make a massive, massive difference. How are you feeling coming into this face-off?
Oh.
As good as that. Okay.
I don't think I can say anything about how I think I'm going to do tonight after last week.
Well, we will see. Time will indeed tell. You four of you know the drill by now, and the question pack has once again been shuffled at the start of this set of heats. I'm grateful to Panda, who has proofread through a great deal of the questions this evening and made sure everything should be tickety-boo and in order. I'm very grateful to Jay White as well, whose questions have now been added to the mix, so there may be one or two new questions coming up this evening. Right, audience, once again, I am going to now hide the chat so that I've got full view on the inspector view, because I've only got 2 monitors, and so need to make sure I can read the questions in full. To all 4 of you, the very best of luck. Let's go to the face-off arena now. Okay, round 1. You've each got 60 seconds on your clock. Ralph, it's your turn to go first. On the blue podium, going very nicely with your avatar. You may pass whenever you like. I can only accept your first answer, whether it's right or wrong. First player to run out of time is eliminated from the game. Everybody else will go on to round number 2. Tournament mode is on, flag questions is on, skip credits is off, special game is off. That is all absolutely right. Very best of luck to all 4 of you. Ralph, you're going to be starting us off, and Ralph, your time starts. Now, Ralph, what is the capital of Syria?
Pass.
Damascus. In the board game Cluedo, is a character called Miss White or Mrs. White?
Mrs. White.
Correct. Samsa, what is 1/2 of 36?
18.
Correct. Clive, the words rhinal and nasal relate
Nose.
to which? Correct. Benzie, what 9-letter word beginning with C describes a 2-wheeled horse carriage and is also an alternative form for a convertible car?
Cabriolet.
Correct. Ralph, Parallel Lines featuring the hit single Heart of Glass was a
Zombie.
Correct. Samsa, who had a hit single in 1987 with I Want to Dance with Somebody Who Loves Me?
Hello, Whitney Houston.
Correct. Clive, what is the nationality of the cricketer and footballer Ellis Perry?
French?
No, Australian. The reign of which King Richard of England was brought to an end by the Battle of Bosworth? Second.
Third.
Correct. Benzie, the upper part of a plimsoll shoe is traditionally made from which type of cloth?
Canvas.
Correct. Ralph, what is the capital of Chile?
Pass.
Santiago. What is 1/2 of 230?
115.
Correct. Samsa, the well-known writer who has also published historical novels under the pen name Caroline Harvey, is Trollope. Which TV soap is set in an NHS surgery in the fictional Midlands town of Leatherbridge? No, it's Doctors. What W follows Royal for the name of the authorisation for goods or services provided by appointment to the Queen?
Windsor.
No, it's Warrant. The sequel to which 2001 hit movie is subtitled Red, White and Blonde?
Pass.
Legally Blonde. Teen movie 10 Things I Hate About You is loosely based on which Shakespeare play?
Oh, God. Romeo and Juliet.
No, it's The Taming of the Shrew. In tennis, what is the name for a special game played to decide the winner of a set when the score is tied at 6-all?
Tiebreaker.
Correct. Clive, the Jordanaires provided backing vocals for which American male singer until 1970?
Michael Jackson?
No, it's Elvis Presley. Mount Teide, the tallest mountain in Spain, is found in which large...
Pyrenees?
No, it's the Canaries. The form of jazz known as Dixieland originated in which US city on the Mississippi?
Memphis?
No, it's New Orleans. By what name are creatures of the order Aranea most commonly known?
Spiders?
Correct. Benzie, what is the name of the limbs of birds that enable them to fly?
Wings.
Correct. Ralph, what type of animal is pitta, bird or fish?
Bird.
Correct. Samsa, what is 1/2 of 1/2 of 1/2?
A 16th.
No, it's an 8th. Who wrote the book Finnegan's Wake?
Pass.
It's James Joyce. People who talk... And that sound, Samsa, means you have run out of time. I'm terribly sorry, but you are going to be going out with no points in this round. How are you feeling?
They just weren't my questions. It is what it is. It's not been a lucky week for me this week on your channel.
Your
But...
Wheel of Fortune as well, and
Yeah.
face off to go with it. I mean, it started off straightforward enough, 1/2 of 36 being 18.
Yeah.
And then you got your Whitney Houston one as well.
I did. I think I had Discord problems for about 5 seconds there, but I don't think it would have made a lot of difference at the end of the day.
Then you're Joanna Trollope, Doctors, and then the Queen, Windsor's, I suppose, a sensible connection to make warrant. Legally Blonde, Taming of the Shrew, so a couple of teen movie questions in a row, maybe a bit.
I should have got those two, but it wasn't my day. Just I did what it is.
That's the way it goes. Well, Samster, unfortunately, with no points tonight, but you're still in a very strong position on the leaderboard, and we will see you in your next heat in 2 or 3 weeks' time.
Indeed. See you then.
Thank you very much, Samster. And as usual, if you could make your own way to the exit, that'd be very kind because I can't see the Discord at the moment. Ralph, Clive, Benzie, congratulations. You're going through to the next round. Clive, with the least amount of time on the clock, will be in the first position. Ralph will be in second. Benzie will be in the third position, having the advantage of going third. Let's go to round 2 now. So, Clive, a couple of trickier ones in there, but you managed to survive with 22 seconds on the clock. How are you feeling?
Being on the bubble, I'm just thrilled to have any points at this point.
Yes, guaranteed point from this point onwards, so very, very well done. Ralph threw in second. Not a perfect round. You're getting a couple of capital city questions there. The first one off the bat, and then the second or third time round for you as well. Are you,
I'm surprised to be here. I was feeling I might spiral, given I got those capital cities wrong.
There's always a danger when you get something you think you should know. Capital of Chile, capital of Syria is quite a tricky one, to be fair. But you've made it through and in second place, so very well done. Benzie, you are in the third position with the most amount of time, barely 15 seconds of time used up there. How are you feeling?
Well, I would like to say I'm feeling better, but as I've learned, getting past round 1 is the easy part.
Yes, quite. From here, it maybe gets a little trickier because you now all have got 90 seconds on your clock. I'm just very aware if you guys can hang fire for about 10 seconds. I've just heard my cat meowling, and he's going to continue meowling through the heat, which is going to be very distracting. My wife's on a Zoom call, so sit tight. I'm just going to hurl him out. Oh, maybe he's downstairs. Have you gone downstairs? Out you go then. Come on. Out the cars. Yeah, he probably just wants to go and have something to eat. Have something to eat. He's had something to eat. Have the thing that happens after you have something to eat, which I won't go into detail on. But right. Oh, have a minute to catch my breath there. Clive, Ralph, Benzie. So I shouldn't have run down the stairs because I'm terribly unfit, and now my heart rate's gone up a little bit. I
think we could hear Hermione from here.
Yeah, she was keeping everyone company. Hopefully, she sat right behind me on her fetid bed at the moment. Right. The best of luck to all three of you. Clive, you're going to be starting us off in this round. The very best of luck. And Clive, your time starts now. Clive, Natasha, Liz and Jenny were in which British hit group?
Saturday Girls?
No, it's Atomic Kitten. What colour are Bond actor Daniel Craig's famously piercing eyes? They are. Ralph, the British Transport Police is the national police force for which means of travel?
Trains.
Railways, I'll accept. Benzie, the island of St Michael's Mount is in which English county? It's Cornwall. Which singer and comedy partner of Jerry Lewis was born Dino Paul Crocetti in the USA in 1917?
Pass.
Dean Martin. In the 1960s, Frank Muir referred to which fellow TV presenter as a thinking man's crumpet?
Paxman?
No, it's Joan Bakewell. The Skeleton Coast is an arid coastal area in which Southwest African country?
Congo?
No, it's Namibia. In which sport are the terms eagle and birdie used in scoring?
Golf.
Correct. Clive, what name is normally given to the adult male whale?
Bull?
Correct. Ralph, Andre 3000 and Big Boy were members of which hip-hop group?
Pass.
It's Outkast. The weekly magazines Shoot and Match focus on... Correct. Benzie, which cooking term meaning to fry comes from the French for to jump?
Saute.
Correct. Clive, which UK animal in the wild lives in a network of burrows called... Correct. Ralph, which dramatist wrote Hamlet?
Shakespeare.
Correct. Benzie, what J is an Indonesian island whose name is...
Java?
Correct. Clive, C and W is an abbreviation for music genre country. Correct. Ralph, who was the long-term comedy partner of Eric Morecambe?
Wise.
I'll accept. Ernie Wise, yes. Benzie, what C is an impersonal form of security on a bank loan?
Check.
No, it's collateral. What was the title of the theme tune to the BBC comedy series Dad's Army?
Pass.
Who do you think you were kidding, Mr. Hitler? The name of which metal is a slang term for a policeman?
Pass.
Copper. Who was convicted of assassinating Martin Luther King in Memphis in 1968?
Pass.
James Earl Ray. Mostly associated with music for westerns, which Italian composer won his only Best Original Score
Pass.
Oscar is Ennio Morricone. In which decade of the 20th century was the Soviet Union created?
40s?
No, it's the 20s. What band has a 1997 hit
Pass.
with Chumbawamba? What was the first name of the longest-serving president of the United States?
Roosevelt?
It's Franklin. Oh, and we're out of time anyway. Yes, I needed the first name for that one. It was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, but I would have had to have marked it wrong because the question specifically asked for the first name. Oh, Benzie, a rough spiral
As I
said. Easy to spiral out of control in this game, and a couple of really tough questions coming up there. The Namibia question, the Skeleton Coast, and you did very, very... I mean, Saute was a very good answer, I have to say, so well played on that one. But I think just getting out of control in that second spiral a bit, and that's the way it goes. But Benzie, you don't leave us empty-handed. You do get a single point to take into the league, and you've got a few, a substantial amount of time from that first heat going into your time bank, which could be useful in a tiebreaker. Benzie, that is it from you for this evening. So thank you for being with us, and we'll see you in your next heat in 2 or 3 weeks' time.
We'll see.
Take care. So, Benzie going out in second place there, leaving Clive and Ralph to battle it out in this final. Clive, by a whisk, in fact, by exactly 2 seconds, has got more time left, so we'll go into second place. Ralph will go and be starting us off first, as he was at the beginning of this game. Let's go to round 3 now. So, Ralph, back into the opening spot in which you started. A better round for you?
Kinda. I'm very much thinking this is going to be a close run affair. Given that there was only a couple of seconds between us.
There was a very, very tight finish there. I mean, neither of you actually missed a huge amount of questions there, I have to say, so if any at all. So, on a longer timeline, if you like, with more data, more questions to face, maybe that gap will spread out a bit. Clive, how are you feeling coming into facing Ralph in the final of this face-off?
He's damn good, so I'm not too confident, but I'm happy to be in second. That's a rare thing.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you came. Remind me, I said it at the beginning. Was it second or first in your last face-off?
Last one was third.
Last one was third, but you've done a second or a first already.
I've done a second, but this is my first time in the advantage position in the final.
Yes, indeed.
That's nice.
So if you win tonight, you'll have done all 4: first, second, third, fourth.
I know, right?
IARC. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
What do I get for punching all those?
You get 4 points from tonight and a total of 10. I'll do my maths right. Well, very best of luck to both of you. 120 seconds now each on the clock. You're both guaranteed 2 points, but the winner of this final head-to-head will get full 4 plus whatever time is left in their bank. Ralph, you're going to be starting us off. Good luck to both of you, and Ralph, your time starts now. Ralph, which empire reached its maximum extent around the year 100?
The Roman Empire.
Correct. Clive, under Brian Rix, the Whitehall Theatre in London became...
Tragedy?
No, it's farce. Named after a resort in Venice, what else can be a bathing beach?
Lido?
Correct. Ralph, Sally Gunnell won her only Olympic gold medal in which athletics event?
The 100 metres.
No, it's the 400-metre hurdles. A pickerel is the young of which type of fish?
Mackerel.
No, it's a pike. Which Andrew Lloyd Webber musical focuses on the relationships between a group of trains?
The Starlight Express.
Correct. Clive, what alliterative name is given to the condition whereby surface veins become abnormally swollen due to...
Varicose veins?
Correct. Ralph, the flag of which country is a red dot on a green background?
Bangladesh.
Correct. Clive, wood or tin, what is the traditional gift for a 5th wedding anniversary?
Wood.
Correct. Ralph, Rory McIlroy competes professionally in
Golf.
what sport? Correct. Clive, with Sherpa Tenzing Norgay, who was the first person to...
Edmund Hillary.
Correct. Ralph, in British politics, a bill that has been given royal assent becomes an act of what?
Parliament.
Correct. Clive, in the words of the music hall song, My Old Man Said Follow the what?
Can.
No, it's van. Brian Lara competed professionally in which sport?
Baseball.
No, it's cricket. Which sign of the zodiac is represented by the scales?
Libra.
Correct. Ralph, which book released in 2005 was the 6th book in the Harry Potter series?
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
No, it's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. In the theatre, in which direction does an actor move if he goes upstage, away or towards the audience?
Away.
Correct. Clive, in English grammar, which word is the accusative case of the personal pronoun
Hers?
she? Her, correct. Ralph, thinking of you, summertime, think it was June, is the opening lyric from which 2005 is Dakota. The French for breakfast is petit what?
Déjeuner.
Correct. Clive, in the 19th century USA, the abolitionist group campaigned against...
Slavery.
Correct. Ralph, in art, what eye is a term used for a multi-dimensional temporary work? Usually
Installation.
Correct. Clive, which word meaning infrequent is also the name for a small table?
Occasional.
Correct. Ralph, ecumenical describes the movement for unity in which religion? Islam or
Christianity.
Correct. Clive, which character from Norse mythology gives his name to Thursday?
Thor.
Correct. Ralph, which Doctor Who writer also created Years and Years, It's a Sin, and Queer as Folk?
Russell T Davies.
Correct. Clive, in rugby league, the only 3 countries to have
Pass.
won New Zealand. Nicola Roberts and Sarah Harding were members of which girl group?
The Saturday Girls.
No girls allowed. The Drakensberg is a mountain range predominantly found
Germany?
in South Africa. Which major English river flows by the East Midlands towns
Thames.
of... No, it's the Trent. The tourist island that lies off the coast of the US state of Massachusetts is called Martha's
Vineyard.
What? Correct. Ralph, which first name links a former Spice Girl and the title character of an 1816 novel by Jane
Emma.
Austen? Correct. Clive, which of the 4 Grand Slam tennis tournaments takes place annually in January?
French Open?
No, the Australian Open. How many players are there on a men's lacrosse team?
7.
No, there's 10. What G is a method of speeding up the passage of a bill named after a device for beheading people?
Guillotine.
Correct. Ralph, the site of the Battle of Bunker Hill fought during the American Revolution is just outside which New England city?
Boston.
Correct. Clive, the Caribbean islands are considered part of which continent? North America or South America? Correct. Ralph, the titles of the series Big Brother and Room 101 are taken from which novel by George Orwell?
Orwell.
1984. In Judaism, which sect celebrates a bar mitzvah on reaching the age of religious responsibility?
Male.
Correct. Clive, who hosted the UK version of the game show Golden Balls?
Jasper Carrot.
Correct. Ralph, which 2004 film does the 4-word film review summarise as Life is a Cabernet?
Pass.
It's Sideways. What H are you said to fly off when you lose your temper?
Handle.
Correct. Clive, Peking was the former name of
Beijing.
which city? Correct. Ralph, what is 100 divided by 0.5?
200.
Correct. Clive, what V is another word for cubic capacity?
Volume.
Correct. Ralph, according to the saying, a good guideline is one which adheres to the rule of which body part?
Form.
Correct. Clive, what is 13 times 3?
39.
Correct. Ralph, which classic red wine is made from the Pinot Noir grape, Burgundy or Chianti?
Chianti.
No, it's Burgundy. Amnesiac, OK Computer, and Kid A are all albums by which rock group?
No.
It's gone.
Radiohead.
Radiohead is the answer I was after there, I'm afraid. Just out of time. My goodness gracious me, gentlemen, what a ride you've given us here. And I'm really sorry I fluffed up far too many questions there for my liking, particularly at the beginning. I think I got into a flow of it by the time we got going. But I think you both took a little while to get going. But my word, what a back and forth you two had there. That was absolutely spectacular performances from both of you. But Ralph, you have just run out of time. Valiant effort, but second place. How are you feeling?
Oh no! I just lost it. I just lost Radiohead.
It just went from your brain.
I had Stereophonics on my mind after that to decay.
I heard you catch yourself. I heard an S, but you didn't follow through with it, so I didn't mark it down. I thought I'd let you go, but
audio equipment, something else, and I was just thinking Stereophonics before I could think about Radiohead.
I will be very curious about the statistics of how many back and forths you had there without a missed answer, because that from both of you was absolutely superb. But Ralph, one of you has to win and one of you has to lose, and on this occasion you have lost the head-to-head. But you leave us with 2 points and a healthy standing in the league, currently in second. We'll see how that's been affected. But for now, it is the end of the road. We will see you for your next heat in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Do enjoy your week off next week. I promise I won't bring you back. I think this game was all very clean, so I won't need to bring you back next week. So
before I show myself out, I want to wish everyone a best of luck with my upcoming question pack on the Purge.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Lupine. We're looking forward to seeing that very much. Lupine's question pack is coming in from the Purge right after the break. But for now, Ralph, thank you very much for playing, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
So, Clive, a third, a fourth, a second, and finally a victory. You've done all 4 of them. You are this evening's face-off champion.
Oh, thank goodness.
There were some strong answers in there. I think there was a little mini spiral in the middle, and then the questions seemed to get quite kind, and you were both back and forth. And I think at one point you had a reasonable lead. I'll have to watch it back because I don't watch the clocks, I only look at the questions. And then I think you slipped it back, and then you managed to pull it back, and it could have gone any way there, but you've just managed to eke it out. So very, very well done. How are you feeling?
Oh god, I mean, everyone in that heat was so good. I thought this was going to be like a definite fourth or third to win. Is being on the bubble, I was happy with any points, but first place is such a relief.
Absolutely. Well, I imagine you probably want to go and have a look at the leaderboard. Where do you reckon you are before I press the button? Where do you reckon that's moved you to?
Seventh.
Seventh. Okay, let's go take a look. It occurs to me I could have been asking that question after every face-off heat so far. How about that, Clive? You have absolutely moved up to 7th, just behind Inca. Same number of points as Inca, but Inca has the 30-second time bank advantage. As to everyone else, Samster maintains 4th place, not getting any additional points, though of course there are another 4 players coming in a bit later on. Benji now in 11th with 4 points, just losing out to 8 Minky there, thanks to that time advantage. And Lupine Ralph maintaining that 2nd place with the 12 points, now tied up with Toot at the top, though again we've got 4 more players coming in a little while. So those are the standings as they stand at the moment. Like I say, take this with a pinch of salt because there is 1 more heat tonight and then 2 more in the same sort of section of heats, if you like, next weekend. But that looks like a fairly comfortable position for you to be in, Clive.
Yeah, I'm thrilled with that.
So it's I said 10 points earlier on. You should have had a 4, but I miscalculated. It's not 4-3-2-1, it's 4-2-1-0. So 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 does indeed make 7. Clive, I'll let you go and have a sit down and grab a drink. But do join us for the Purge, which is coming up right after the break. And congratulations again. I'll see you in your next heat.
Thank you very much. See you later.
So Clive there, taking the victory, snatching victory away from Ralph, who has won in his last heat and also won the rematch final. Not quite enough to get victory tonight. But Clive moves into 7th place. We have got 1 more face-off heat coming up a little bit later on this evening. That is going to be between 8 Minky, Alex R, Inca and Ash. Very much looking forward to that. But first of all, we have got the Purge. Purge, which of course is the game that you can take part in at home. All you need is a Twitch account and access to Persephone's Twitch bot. So thank you again to Lupine for writing this question pack that is coming in. Thank you to all the question writers and particularly to Panda, who's gone through and proofed a great chunk of these over the last few days. Clive is the champion of this first face-off. Sit tight, I'm going to load the Purge up and then we will get underway very, very shortly. welcome to The Purge, Kego, if you want to come play, Kego. Now, have I updated the Twitch lib on this? Well, if I haven't, then it's working tonight. I don't think I've done the Twitch lib for this yet. I do need to at some point. It's on the to-do list. Many a to-do list. Good lord, we only got room for 50 players. Do come join. Welcome. Kego, if you want to come play The Purge tonight. The Purge, which has been written by the Lupine One. The questions have been written by the Lupine One this evening. Do come and join the game. For those of you who haven't played before, or those of you who want a quick recap, The Purge is a nice, simple, straightforward, generally multiple choice game. You get a number of options to a question, and you've got to whisper a single letter, either A or B, potentially up to E as the questions go on, to Persephone's Twitch bot. Do not type the answers into public chat, because first and foremost, they won't be processed by the game, but they'll also be deleted by moderators. But the not being processed by the game is the main thing. The other thing I will say at the front of the night is that make sure you watch the chat. I recognise we've got a few new players here, a few first timers. You're very, very welcome. It's lovely to have you here. But do watch the chat, because when the chat bot asks the question, you need to whisper the answer to the chat bot. Whisper it to them, not in public chat, and it's just a single letter apart from the Purge questions, which we'll get to. But that's really, really important. Watch the chat, because if you're watching the screen and you've got some latency, it might be a bit too late, because you've only got 10 seconds to get an answer in for the majority of these questions. So keep your eyes on the chat. Make sure you whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot. That's the long and short of it. The Purge is a relatively straightforward game. It's multiple choice. You've got to whisper a letter. One of the answers is correct, and all the other answers are wrong. If you get it right, then you're safe from the Purge. But the Purge is triggered by the hive mind in general. In the middle is a Purge meter, and the Purge meter will have a breakpoint. If more than that get the question wrong, then you trigger a Purge. So, for example, the breakpoint will start off at 50%. That's the percentage that needs to be correct in order to avoid a Purge. If 51% get it wrong, then you will be going into a Purge, and everyone who gets it wrong is put into the Purge, and the Purge questions are not multiple choice. You must answer the Purge question correctly, or you are eliminated from the game. It's that simple. Every 5 questions, an extra option will be added to the question, so it starts off with just A and B, it then goes up to A, B and C, and then A, B, C, D, and finally for the last 5 questions, A, B, C, D and E. Gameplay continues until one of the following criteria has been met. Either we have seen all 20 of the main game questions, or we have had 5 purges, or we have got 5 or fewer players left. When one of those criteria are met, then we will go to the final purge and bring the top 5 scoring players through. In the event of a tie, the tie will be broken by the number of questions you have gotten correctly over the course of the game, and if there is still a tie, then it will be broken by the tiebreaker question, which is numerical based and is the first thing you are going to be asked in a few moments. Not very often does a tiebreaker come into play, but occasionally it does. As ever, I can overwrite Purge answers, because as I said, Purge answers are not multiple choice, but the rest of the game is. So it's a single letter for the vast majority of this. Tiebreaker, you need to tell me a number in a minute, and then later on, if and when you go into a Purge, you will need to type a full answer. So this pack has been written by Lupine, who will get author credits. I'm going to update this all in one go. I'll do the author credits when I do the winners at the end. In fact, there's only a bonus penny. Oh, I haven't done penny integration. I don't think. I knew there was something I forgot to do. In all my crunch, I forgot to do penny integration. Damn. But that's okay, because I'll just take a screenshot of this, and everyone who is in the lobby will get a penny. There won't be a bonus penny with this, unfortunately, because I haven't done that. And yeah, sorry about that. That's a massive oversight. I've been doing them. I haven't done them all in one go. I've been doing them as I've played the games. And no, you will get pennies, so everyone who's in the lobby will still get a penny. I'll take a screenshot of this and I'll give you a penny, but there won't be a bonus penny. There'll just be a penny for, I think it's bonus 3 pennies for the winner, the person who survives the Purge, and everyone who's in the lobby. And of course the author bonus for Lupin as well. So I'm afraid I could just give you all 2 pennies. Actually, that might be a better way of doing it, because that's on me. It feels unfair to deprive you. So I'll give everyone who comes into the lobby a bonus 2 pennies, whether or not you stay or not. That's how we'll do it. There we go. And I'll remember to add that for next time. I mean, there's only 3 more spaces if anyone wants to come and join. I've only been talking for about 3 or 4 minutes while I've explained the rules. Let's get a full lobby. It'd be lovely to have a full lobby for the Purge. It's happened, I think, once or twice. But not as many times since I expanded the lobby from 40 to 50. Tell you what, I'll give you another 30 seconds. 30 seconds to come join. And everyone here who's in the lobby will get two pennies, 2 attendance pennies anyway, and then the winner will get a bonus 3. And of course, immortalised as a survivor of the Purge. Not very many people do. And as to know, this is an elimination game. It's a royale. Oh, excuse me. It's a royale game, so once you're knocked out, I'm afraid that is it. But do stick around for the for stuff happening later on, because something might happen later on where that's not the case. So, yeah, once you've been purged, that is it. I will say this is a fairly friendly question pack. So I think you'll have a good time. But we will see. Right, that is long enough, I think. Let's lock this lobby up and put you all into the game. Send me summarised stats during this game in Discord. Thank you very much, Panda. Very, very grateful to you for that. Right, 47 players in live play. Let's play the Purge. So, unconventionally, we do start this game off with the tiebreaker question. Tiebreaker question will be a numerical format. The answer will be a number. Just give me a single number. Not a single number, it doesn't have to be a single digit, but just a number, as in no punctuation, no full stops, commas, periods, or anything like that. It will be a whole number, and whisper this to the bot, not into the public chat. And as I said, do keep an eye on the chat for when the question is live. And whisper to the bot, not to me. Persephone's Twitch bot is who you need to whisper to. So the answer to this will be a number, and this will serve as a tiebreaker if we need it later on. You've got 20 seconds to get your answer in. Here is the tiebreaker question. According to the website of the Metropolitan Transit Authority, how many stations are there in New York City's subway network? Answers in? It was just Samson not getting an answer into that one. The answer was 472, according to the Metropolitan Transit Authority. 472 stations, subway stations on New York's subway network. If you didn't get an answer there, you get int.max or max.int, int.max probably, which is about 96 quadrillion or something like that. Someone cleverer than me will be able to tell you exactly what it is, but it just means you'll be quite far away. Everyone else will get the distance you are from the correct answer. So that is the tiebreaker question done and dusted with. Let's go on to the first question. Breakpoint is 50%. If 50% or more of you are wrong, then we will go into the first purge. Hopefully not at this early stage. A and B are your options. Here they are. McDonald's. Burger King. From which fast food chain would you order a Whopper? 10 seconds. Potato barrel bounce.wave. Most players, though not everyone, getting an answer in there. Let's take a look. The correct answer was... It's Burger King. McDonald's have got the Big Mac. My mind just went blank for a minute. Big Mac at McDonald's. A Whopper from Burger King. Let's start the meter, and I'm just going to load up my things here. I recognise that it slows the frame rate right down, but I do like to see in advance what the statistics are because I'm nosy. Let's take a look and see how many got that one right, how many got it wrong. Start the meter. Unsurprisingly, a comfortable question there. Just 2 people going for McDonald's and 1 person abstaining. 94% getting it right. Well and truly avoided that purge. Let's go on to question 2. A and B still. Breakpoint drops to 40%. It drops by 10% every question and resets after a purge. 40% or more is what you are looking to avoid. Here's question 2. Options are copper, iron. Which of these metals is magnetic? Time. 40%, the breakpoint we are looking to avoid on this question. The correct answer was iron. Iron is magnetic, copper is not. Let's find out who got it right, who got it wrong, who abstained. Start the meter. And a few more were incorrect this time. We're past 10%. Still climbing. Oh, we've stopped 19% incorrect that time, which means we have avoided a purge again. 6 going for copper, 3 abstentions, a few more abstentions. Abstentions, they don't count for much, but 6% could make a difference when that breakpoint starts getting a little bit lower. 38 giving me the right answer of iron. Very well played. Let's go on to question number 3. Breakpoint dropping to 30%. Still 2 options for this question, A or B. Take a look. Here they are. North of the equator? South of the equator? Where would you find the Tropic of Capricorn? Time. A few more abstentions there. Correct answer was south of the equator. The Tropic of Cancer is north. The Tropic of Capricorn is south of the equator. So 30% is what we're looking to avoid. 30% incorrect or more, and we will go into our first purge. So let's have a look. Start the meter. Well, we're climbing. We're over halfway there. It's the highest incorrect rate so far, going past 90%. We are slowing down. We're getting within a few percentage points, and we've triggered it. Question number 3. 36% of you were incorrect, and we are going to our first purge. So, in we go. 36%, a fairly high percentage. 64% give me the right answer. 30 players, 10 people giving me north of the equator, and 7 people abstaining. That's 15%. If half of those players had given me the right answer, then we may well have avoided this purge. But alas, alack and anon, that is how it is going. So if you got that one wrong or you abstained, you're going to be put into this first purge. Reminder, the purge questions are not multiple choice, and you've got to get them right if you want to survive. Let's find out who is going to be in purge number 1. AB Me, now cut that out. Adster, Energia, Dante, Ali Law, Super Patrick, Itsotley, Useless Noisemaker, who's just going off the edge of the screen, actually. I should probably do something about that. That's a problem. Brig, Ardenfetz, Nanoel, David Bodicum, Nekagramma, Proves, Ash, and Stoshkar are all in purge number 1. So, all of you players in this purge, however many of it was, and I now can't remember, I'm not going to count you up, you've got to give me a correct answer. 20 seconds to answer this, but it's a full answer to the bot rather than just a letter. If you get this wrong, you're out the game. If you get it right, you go back into the pack and get to continue with everyone else. This question will not count towards your allotment of correct answers if you get it right. Good luck in surviving this purge. Here's your question. Barn, tawny, and long-eared can all precede the name of which bird to form different species of it? Ten seconds. Abstaining here is treated as wrong. You've got to give me an answer. Dante just in the nick of time there. And looks like there are a few players out of time. It's going to tell me what you said. I can override it if I believe the spell checker has missed you. The correct answer was... Let's find out what the correct answer was, and find out who got it right and who got it wrong. It is owl. No answers from Ali Law, Super Patrick, Nekagramma, or Stoshka. Everybody else giving me the correct answer and surviving that purge. Very well done. You'll go back into the main pool. But unfortunately, Ali Law, Super Patrick, Nekagramma, and Stoshka, you have failed to give me a correct answer. And that means at this early stage, you've been purged. Four go out and 43 remain. That breakpoint resets back up to 60% now. Give you an extra 10% on where it started at the last set of questions. Lots of players still in as we come to question number 4, 43 to be exact. A or B, still the only options. Best of luck, here they are. Jerry. Larry. What is the first name of the title character in American sitcom Seinfeld? Tricky-ish question here, maybe. Let's take a look. The correct answer was Jerry. Jerry Seinfeld is the correct answer. I would have gone with Larry, and I don't know why. I've never seen Seinfeld, but there we go. How many people would be in the same mindset as me? Let's find out. Start the meter. Not many, it turns out. 95% giving me the correct answer, Jerry. Just 2 going for Larry. No abstentions. First time we've had no abstentions on a question. Very well done. Those of you who thought it was Larry like me, you have been saved by the hive mind. Let's go on to question number 5. Breakpoint comes down to 50%. Last question where there are only 2 options. After this, they go up to 3. A or B, question number 5. Take a look. Options are red, green. In 2016, citizens of Singapore voted to paint their city-state's buses which colour? There's time. red or green? Let's take a look. Correct answer was... it was green. They voted to paint them green. I looked it up, and they are indeed all green. Certainly the city-state run buses. So 50% the breakpoint we're looking to avoid. If 50% or more of you are wrong, we are going into Purge number 2. Let's find out. Start the meter. So quite a few people wrong. 20%. Halfway there. 25%, and we are still climbing. We've stopped at 33%. Just a single abstention there. 13 players going for red, 29, 67% getting the correct answer. Very well done. Hive Mind has saved everybody there, so if you got that one wrong, you've got the Hive Mind to thank. Excuse me, bit of indigestion. Right, let's go on to question 6. There are now going to be 3 options per question. Let's go there now. A, B, or C. Breakpoint now dropping to 40%. 40% is the incorrect ratio that we need to avoid. Fingers on buzzers. Question number 6. A, B, or C. Options are Henry VI, Henry VIII, Henry VII. Which English king was the first Tudor monarch? Time. Question compiles in a random order, so that's why it goes 6, 8, 7. Excuse me. So, 40% what we're looking to avoid. First of all, the correct answer was C, Henry VII. Henry VII. Henry VIII, perhaps the most famous Tudor king, but Henry VII was the first, the father of Henry VIII, and won the War of the Roses. So, thank you, Jay White. Yeah. Henry Tudor, but why did he chew her? I don't know, maybe he thought she was tasty. 40% is the breakpoint. That's what we're looking to avoid in terms of incorrect answers. Let's find out who was right and who was wrong. Let's start the meter. %, halfway there, and we are still climbing. 30% and still climbing. We're slowing down, and we have reached it. Only just 44% incorrect, but we are into Purge number 2. Again, 7%'s worth of abstentions there. If 2 or 3 of those abstentions had plumped for C, then you would have avoided that purge. But as it is, the abstentions and the wrong answers, the 9 people going for Henry VIII and the 7 people going for Henry VI, are going to be going into Purge number 2. That's a total of 19 out of 43 players going into the Purge. A quite large proportion of the players in the game. Let's find out who is going into Purge number 2. Maybe me, DC Simmons, Keshi Head, Ass Backwards, Joey Legend, Energia, Juice Man, Jerry Eris, We Like Shapes, Kegler Coach, Listwitz, Cola, Ardenfetz, Drew Dave Tom, Silent Marine, Nano Owl, David Bodicum, Matt the Ref, and Prugs. You are all in this second Purge. Whole answer needed, not multiple choice. 20 seconds to get it in. You need to get this right if you want to survive. The very best of luck. Here is the second Purge question. Which Austrian tennis player was men's singles champion at the 2020 US Open? Not everybody getting an answer, and that is a tricky-ish question for Purge question number 2, I have to say. Did you know if you got this one right, then you get to go back to the game? If not, then you have to leave us. Let's have a look at the correct answer and how many got it right. It was Dominic TM. Dominic TM, that's a lot of speech bubbles. Shapovalov, Djokovic, effing tennis, Djokovic. Djokovic is Serbian, I believe, not Austrian. He's Serbian. And also didn't win the 2020 US Open. No answer from the Juice Man. Roger Federer is Swiss, I believe. Wilmer is not a name I'm familiar with. Goodbye from Cola, good night from Ardenfetz. Djokovic without the D from Silent Marine. No answer from Nano Owl, nope from David Bodicum, and oh crap from Matt the Ref, and Becca from Prugs. That's a lot of wrong answers. Voice meters just crashed because I've had to unplug my thing, so just give me a second. I'm just going to briefly pop to BRB because I can't hear the music and I'm finding that very, very disconcerting. So let me just reload voice meter. Hopefully it won't break anything. He says. I'm hoping you can still hear me. Restart the engine and sound is back. Lovely. Where were we? Game no cam. So, very well done to We Like Shapes, Drew Dave Tom, Kegler Coach, and Joey Legend, who all gave the correct answer there. And thank you for the host, Dr. Mummy. Welcome to the stream. Only 4 players surviving that purge. So for everybody else, I'm very sorry, but after just 2 purges and 6 questions, I'm afraid you failed to answer the question correctly, and that means you've been purged. 43 drops down to 28. A lot of players losing out on that question, but the breakpoint does reset to 70%. 28 players remain. Options are still A, B, or C. Good luck. Take a look at question number 7. Options are green, purple, blue. In Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, what colour is Mace Windu's lightsaber? This is an after the fact thing that I didn't clock when I was proofing it, and probably should have done. It's my bad. Actually, Mace Windu doesn't get his lightsaber out in Star Wars Episode 1. The first time we see it is Episode 2. It doesn't change colour, it is a change the same colour, but there's no reason to suspect otherwise, but I should have caught that, so my bad on that. But the answer should still be consistent. Mace Windu's lightsaber is always the same colour, and that colour in question is, as special request by Samuel L. Jackson, B, purple. Yes, special request from to George Lucas, who said, I'll be in your movie if I can have a purple lightsaber, was basically the long and short of the conversation. And George Lucas went, okay. So, purple is the answer we're after. 70% is the breakpoint we're looking to avoid. Let's find out who got it right and who got it wrong. Start the meter. So, not many Star Wars fans it would seem. 30% up, 35% and still climbing, halfway there. And we've stopped, 43% incorrect. 2 abstentions there, 10 people going for the wrong answer, 6 for green, 4 for blue. 2 people abstaining from that one, but the hive mind has saved everybody. 70% what we were looking to avoid, and is indeed what we have avoided, with 16 getting the right answer. Very well done. Let's go on to question number 8. Still A, B, and C. We've got 2 or 3 more of these. Question 8, question 9, and question 10 will all have 3 options. Breakpoint drops to 60%. Let's take a look at question number 8. Options are Andorra, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg. Which of these countries does not share a land border with France? And there's time. Bit of geography for you. Correct answer was Liechtenstein. Luxembourg shares a land border with France. It might just be France. It might be France and Italy. I did look this up earlier. Andorra, I think, shares a border with France and Spain. Liechtenstein shares a border with 2 countries that I now can't remember. I did look it up when I was proofing it, and it's gone out of my head. But Liechtenstein was the answer we were after there. 60 point France, Germany, Netherlands. Liechtenstein smack between Switzerland and Austria. Thank you, AVMe. That's the one I was after. Switzerland eluded me for a moment. Right, 60% is what we are looking to avoid. Let's find out if we're going to be hitting it. Start the meter. So again, not a clean sweep of the board. We're a couple of abstentions there. We're halfway towards it. And we've stopped at 32%. 2 people abstaining, accounting for 7% of the incorrect answers. 1 going for Luxembourg, 6 going for Andorra. But 68% just shy of the meme, and 19 players getting the right answer. Liechtenstein avoiding that purge. Let's go on to question number 9. Breakpoint dropping to 50%. Still 3 options, A, B, or C. Fingers on keyboards if you like. Options are Melbourne Storm, Penrith Panthers, Sydney Roosters. In Australian Rugby League, which team won the 2020 NRL Grand Final? Any Aussie rugby fans present? This would have been a complete stab in the dark for me, I have to say, as a non-sport person. Correct answer was A, Melbourne Storm, or Melbourne Storm, if you prefer. 50% is the break point. Do I want to go one at a time? It's always fun going one at a time. I haven't done it for a little while. I need to remember how to work out which buttons to press. Why not? Let's go one at a time. Let's go one at a time. First of all, let's find out the abstentions. Still getting some abstentions. 3 players abstaining, 11% getting it wrong. So, let's have a look. How many people said C, the Sydney Roosters? Ooh, over halfway there. Well over halfway there. Still climbing. 8 players said the Sydney Roosters accounted for 29%. We are just under 11% shy of that break point. The teasers. I only do this very, very seldomly. Very, very seldom. But if 11% or more gave the answer B, Penrith Panthers, we're going into Purge number 3. If not, we survive and we go on to question number 10. How many people said B, Penrith Panthers? Not nobody. We are still climbing, but we stopped. Just the 2 people, 7% go for Penrith Panthers. The total was 46.43%, and the 15 people, the 54% who got that one right, you have saved everybody. In my heart, I know it does add a little bit of tension, that, but I don't want to do it too often. Don't want to overuse that, the power. So we have survived that question, and we go on to question number 10. Breakpoint drops to 40%, A, B, or C. This is the last one. There are 3 options after this. It goes up to 4. 40% the breakpoint we're looking to avoid. Question number 10, options are Kate Sith, Red 13, Yuffie. Which of these Final Fantasy VII characters is an optional party member? And that's time. To my eternal shame, I've never played a Final Fantasy game, nor Legend of Zelda game. So this would have been another stab in the dark. I'm aware that there is a thing called Final Fantasy, but as the pack goes on, they do get a little bit harder as well as getting more options. Correct answer to this one, for what it's worth, is Yuffie. The other 2 are not optional, they're both companions. Yuffie is an optional party member in Final Fantasy VII. So, breakpoint is 40%. If 40% or more of you are wrong, we are going into Purge number 3. If not, we go to question number 11. Let's find out. Start the meter. Well, we're at 20% and we're still climbing. Halfway there. 30%, we start to slow down. 40% is getting tantalizingly close. And we've hit it. 54% were incorrect there. Triggering Purge number 3. 8 players going for Kate Sith, 6 going for Red 13. Just under half actually getting the right answer. 46% giving me Yuffie, which was the correct answer. That 1 abstention could have made the difference between the 50% being right and 50% being wrong, but as it is, abstentions are treated as wrong. So if you got that one wrong, or you abstained, you are going into Purge number 3. Let's find out who's going to be in it. Big Man Aaron, Topper 1, Mr. Quizworthing, Joey Legend, Now Cut That Out, Adster, Oni, Cliver Legend, Brand New Halo, Benz J, Dante, Innis, Itzotli, Samster, and Serial Quizzer. You are all in Purge number 3. I didn't count how many it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of 28. Just over half, that was what I said. 15 players in this Purge. Full answer required. If you get this one wrong, you're out of the game. If you get it right, you get to carry on to question number 11. Best of luck, 20 seconds. Here is the 3rd Purge question. Prepare for British intelligence was one of the taglines to which 2003 spy spoof film starring Rowan Atkinson. Ten seconds. Still 3 people yet to answer. Still waiting on Toot. Just getting an answer in the nick of time. So all players at least attempting this question. Let's find out who got it right and who got it wrong, who's going back and who's going home. Correct answer was Johnny English. Johnny English. Joey Gatorman. Joey Legend. I said Joey Gatorman. I've got Joey Gatorman on the brain because that's normally what I say when I start a sentence with Joey. But Joey Legend. Apologies. Joey Legend going for Mr. Bean. Right actor, wrong film. Ben's J going for Johnny English Reborn. I would have accepted that if the question weren't so specific. The 2003 film. Johnny English Reborn, I believe, was 2016. Came much later. There was Johnny English Strikes Back and then Johnny English Reborn. There's been 3 of them. But that's just a little bit late. It was Johnny English alone that I needed. That is technically a different film, Ben's J, so I cannot accept it. Clive going for Get Smart, and Topper insert correct answer here. I'm afraid those 4 are correct. Everybody else, very, very well done. You have survived that purge. But Topper, Clive, Joey, and Ben's J, you failed to answer that purge question correctly. And that does mean you've been purged. 28 becomes 24, and at the midpoint of the main game, 10 questions have been asked. We up the options to 4, A, B, C, or D, with just 24 players left. It must be time for a glass of wine because I've run out, and it's the halfway point, so it's as good a time as any. Origins in and find the bottle. We're on Yellowtail tonight, Yellowtail wine. But I didn't go and do the shot today. I decided to do Crunch this afternoon and do the shot tomorrow. Get myself another glass of wine because this is all getting very, very tense. So, 24 players remain. Breakpoint goes back up to 80%. That's now quite a high breakpoint, but we have seen higher breakpoints than that get beaten. I said beaten off then, that's not what I meant to say. We've seen higher breakpoints of that get broken through in the past, and as the number of players in the pool diminishes, of course, the amount of percentage each one of you is worth increases. So, question number 11. Remember, we've got potentially 2 more purges that we can see before we go to the final, or 10 more main game questions. Question number 11. There are 4 options. There are 24 of you left in. The breakpoint is 80%. Very best of luck. Question 11. Options are Yemen, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan. Holy to the religion of Islam, Mecca is a city in which country? This is a very good question. And I can say that because I didn't write it. 80% the breakpoint that we're looking to avoid. Correct answer was Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is where you would find Mecca. Let's then find out who got it right, who got it wrong. Has the hive mind saved you, or are we going for a very large purge? Because if we're going to a purge now, it is going to be a big one. 80% is what we're looking at. Start the meter. No, we're not. 29% incorrect there. No abstentions. Nobody going for Afghanistan there. Just the 1 player going for Yemen, 6 players going for Iran, but the majority, 71%, giving me the correct answer. Saudi Arabia there. Very well done. On we go to question number 12. Breakpoint comes down to 70%. 4 options still on question 12. Have a look at these. Hawkeye, Captain America, Vision, Iron Man. In Marvel Comics, what is the superhero alter ego of Steve Rogers? And that's time. Correct answer was B, Captain America. Those of you who know, I'm become a converted Marvel fan. I never used to be a big Marvel fan. I used to think, oh, they're all the same, having never actually seen any of them. And then this year we sat and watched them all, from Iron Man all the way through to Spider-Man Far From Home. And I've since gone on to watch WandaVision, though haven't seen the new thing on Disney+. Is that a question? Yes, it was in the warm-up. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which has just started on Disney+. I'm going to stop preaching about MCU. Hawkeye is Clint Barton. Vision is the Vision, or Jarvis, I suppose. Iron Man, Tony Stark. Captain America, Steve Rogers. 70% the breakpoint we are looking to avoid. Let's find out how many of you got that one wrong. Start the meter. Not many, 17%, 16.6 recurring, I suppose that is. 1 player going for the Vision, 3 going for Hawkeye, the majority 83% going for B, Captain America. Very well done. On we go. Question number 13. Breakpoint drops to 60% now, so 60% or more can get, 40. I'm going to stop trying to do it backwards because it just messes things up. 60% need to get this one right to avoid a purge. Question 13, 4 options. Here they are. Barnaby Rudge, Oliver Twist, Nicholas Nickleby, David Copperfield. Wickham's Micawber is a character in which Charles Dickens novel? Welcome, Diamond Ninja. This is The Purge. And that's time on that question, as it happens. The Purge, it's an invention of my own. It's a hive mind sort of game, trivia game. It's good fun. Sit and watch. And next time we play, you'll be able to come and join in. Attentive among you would have spotted this. I think this came up in Face Off a week or two ago, because I remember stumbling over the name Macawber. Did any of you remember the answer, which was D. David Copperfield? Do you remember that it came up? If not, did you know the answer anyway? 60% is the break point that we're looking to avoid. Let's find out who got it right and who got it wrong. Well, not who got it right, but how many of you got it right and how many of you got it wrong. Start the meter. 60%. Yeah, I'd forgotten how to word. I'm tripping over my words tonight. 30%, halfway there. Oh, and stopping. Oh, that's very pleasing. 33.33% were incorrect, meaning we've avoided that Purge breakpoint of 60%. Just the one abstention there. One go for Nickleby, 4 for Barnaby Rudge, 2 for Twist. Majority 67% going for David Copperfield. Very well done. On we go. Question number 14. Breakpoint comes back to 50% now. 4 options for question 14, A, B, C, or D. Take a look at them and see what you think of them. Question 14, options are Fox, Falco, Peppy, Slippy. What was the name of the Austrian musician that had a hit with Rock Me Amadeus? That's time. Nice swerve. I mean, I don't quite know why it's a swerve. This was, but I'm only vaguely familiar with the song. The correct answer, for what it's worth, was B, Falco. How many of you knew that? Did you know that Rock Me Amadeus was a hit for Falco? Let's find out. Start the meter. A lot of you did. 8% is all that was incorrect. That was just 2 people going for Slippy, no abstentions, no Peppies, no Foxes. 92% of you give me the correct answer of Falco. Very, very well done. On we go then to question number 15. Last question, where there are 4 options. After this, they will go up to 5 for the final 5 questions. We have still got potentially 2 Purges in the bag. We may not see both Purges. We may not see all 20 questions. We will have to wait and see. For now, though, the break point has dropped to 40%, getting quite low at this point. So Hive Mind can only do so much if you don't know the answer. Fingers on buzzers. Best of luck. Question number 15. Options are Everton, Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea. In English women's football, which team won the 2019-20 Women's FA Cup? And that's time. Women's football, I wouldn't have known who'd won the men's. I certainly didn't know who won the women's. The correct answer was C, Manchester City. 40% is the breakpoint we are looking to avoid. If more than 40% of you have got this one wrong, then we will be going into Purge number 4 and have 5 questions left before the final Purge. 40%. Let's find out. Start the meter. Halfway there. 20% and still climbing. As we get to 10%, the meter is going to start to slow. Still climbing. Oh, we've not just broken it, we have smashed through it. 79%. Getting this one wrong. 2 abstentions, 4 going for Chelsea, 5 for Arsenal, 8 for Everton. Just 5 players giving me the correct answer of Manchester City, 21%. Which does mean we are in one of the rather interesting positions of a situation whereby if every single player gets this Purge question wrong, we will go to the final because we will only have 5 players left. It normally doesn't work like this. Normally we go through either 20 questions or 5 Purges. Very rare to get to 5 players before either one of those things happens, but it can do. So, oh, hello Kat, are you coming to join me? No? Okay. No, don't go behind the computer. No, don't do that, because that's where the router is and the hard drive. Come on, come out. Good girl. Good girl. She's not as friendly as Whiskers. She's quite camera shy, and also my desk isn't particularly optimised to show the cat on stream. So, only 5 getting it right, which means we're going to have 19 players in this 4th Purge. Let's find out who you are. Big Man Aaron, Shadowmane, Claire, J White, Toot, Adster, Oni, Brand New Halo, Dante, Innis, We Like Shapes, Kegler Coach, Brian, Kira, Brig, Serial Quizzer, 8 Minky, Hodders, and Ash, who are all in this purge. Drew Dave Tom, Mr. Quizworthing, Jay Turner, it's Sotley and Samster. Very well done. Take a breather for a minute as we go into this 4th purge question, and we're going to find out if indeed we're going to carry on or we're going to go straight to the final. Best of luck. Full answer required. 20 seconds to get it in. Here is the 4th purge question. Published in 1924, A Passage to India was a novel by which author? Under 10 seconds now. Not everybody getting an answer, and I think maybe 1 or 2 people abstaining from that, but how many people got it right? Let's find out who's going back and who's going home. Correct answer was E.M. Forster. Only testing out my text meshes there. Shadowmane going for Dodgy Flange Pasta, I don't know. Claire going for Soz. J White going for Good Game. Oni, thank God I don't know this. I've been holding a beer for the last hour. You go relieve yourself now, Oni. Dante, correct answer. Innes going for DH. Lawrence, Kegler not getting an answer in. Ash, authors and novels are still my weak point. Brig going for Hemingway. Kira going for Hemingway. Unfortunately, not correct. But some players have survived, which means we won't be going to a final just yet. Big Man Aaron, now cut that out. Adster, We Like Shapes, Hodders, Brand New Halo, Serial Quizzer, 8 Minky, and Brian. Very, very well done. You have survived that purge and we'll go back into the main game. Unfortunately, though, Shadowmane, Claire, J White, Oni, Dante, Innis, Kegler Coach, Kira, Brig, and Ash, you have failed to answer the purge question correctly, and that means you've been purged. And we're down to just 14 players. Every single player is going to be worth about 8% of percentage points. Something in that way, my math isn't great, but it's something around there, 7 or 8% per player. 14 left. 5 options per question from this point onwards for the final 5. 5 questions to outrun the purge meter. The purge meter starts at 90%, drops by 10% every question. If we break the purge meter, we will go, if we break the breakpoint rather, we will go into the 5th purge, which will be the last one before the final. If we get to question 20, then we will go to the final purge after that, irrespective of whether or not we get purge number 5. The very best of luck to all of you. There are now 5 options per question. Good luck. Question number 16. Options are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. RNG doing favourable things with the days there. What is the name of Morticia and Gomez's daughter in the Addams family? Answers from everybody, and that's time. 90% is a high break point. I don't think we've ever seen 90% going through, but it could happen. We've certainly seen 80% go through in the past. Is it going to happen today? Is this going to be the first time? Let's find out. The correct answer was Wednesday. Wednesday is the daughter of Morticia and Gomez. Let's find out who got it right, who got it wrong. Start the meter. Not a perfect game, but the majority getting the correct answer there. 14.2% incorrect. 2 people going for Friday, and everyone else going for the correct answer. Wednesday, very well done. Let's go on to question number 17. 4 questions remain. Only 5 can go into the final. Question number 17. 5 options again. A, B, C, D, or E. Best of luck. Options are larch, alder, pine, birch, spruce. Trees of the genus Betula are more commonly known as what? Should have mentioned 80%. Now the breakpoint. Bit of a... Is it horticultural? Is that something to do with trees? Horticultural? Question? Either way, correct answer was birch. The birch tree is more commonly known as Betula. So, breakpoint 80%. 80% or more are wrong, then we are going into the 5th purge, which will be the last one before the final purge. Let's find out how many got it right, how many got it wrong. Start the meter. Looking to avoid 80%. We're up to 40% and we are still climbing. We are halfway there. And And we've stopped at 50%, exactly half getting this one wrong. 7 going for the correct answer for birch, 1 for larch, 2 for alder, 3 for spruce, 1 abstention, nobody going for pine on that one. Well done, Hive Mind, you have avoided the purge once again. Let's go on to question number 18. 3 questions remain in the game, 18, 19, 20. 5 options still on this question and 70% the breakpoint. Question number 18, options are Orlando, New Orleans, Chicago, Los Angeles, New York. In which city was the 2020 NBA All-Star Game held? Time. Okay. Bit of American sport now. We've been all over the world a little bit tonight with this question, Pat. The correct answer was Chicago. That's to be in Illinois, I believe, if my proofing serves me correctly. Yes, Chicago, Illinois. No, hang on, Illinois is a state, isn't it? Chicago is a city. My bad. Chicago, of course Chicago's in Illinois. So, 70% is what we are looking to avoid in terms of correct answers. If we go into a purge at this point, that's going to be quite a big purge, because 70% is quite a lot to get it wrong. And if we do go into a purge, then we will forego questions number 19 and 20. If that happens, but if not, then we will carry on with the game. 70% what we're looking to avoid. Start the meter. And we hit the halfway point, 35%, not showing any signs of slowing down yet, or stopping. 50% we're getting within 20%, and remember every player is worth quite a lot. We're within 10% now, we are going to start to slow down as we get closer to that break point. Is it going to be a monster purge? It is. 79% were incorrect. Meaning, only 3 players are not going into this purge. 3 going for Los Angeles, 2 for New York, 2 for New Orleans, 2 for Orlando, and 2 abstentions. If everybody gets this question wrong, then we are going to have a smaller final. If at least 2 people get the purge question right, though, we will have a 5-person final. If more than 2 people get it right, then it will be settled on tiebreakers. We are going into purge number 5. We will not see those final 2 questions. Let's find out who is going into this 5th purge, the last one before the final purge. Big Man Aaron, Mr. Quizworthing, Toot, Adster, Jay Turner, Brand New Halo, We Like Shapes at Sotley, Drew Dave Tom, Serial Quizzer, and Ape Minky. Just Hodders, Samster, and Brian managing to avoid this purge. You 3 are not guaranteed to go into the final because it depends how you've done on the rest of the game and how many people get this purge question right. But there's a good chance at this stage, Brian, Samster, and Hodders, that you might very well get to that final. Before that, though, there is a small matter of the 5th purge and the 11 players who are in here. Remember, a full answer is required. Whispered to the bot. You've got 20 seconds to get it in. You get it wrong, you're out the game. If you get it right, you get to come back and maybe get into the final. Best of luck. The 5th purge question is: what is the capital city of Belarus? Short question. Waiting on Ape. And all players have answered, and that is time. Well, capital city question, very much in the region of general knowledge, I suppose you would call this, but thank God for watching Chernobyl last week. Totally giving away some hints that maybe he knows the answer. Let's find out who got it right, who got it wrong, who's going back, and who's going home. The correct answer was Minsk. Brand New Halo, don't know, good game everyone, and 8 Minky going for Kiev. Kiev is capital of the Ukraine, just up the road. 8 Minky, but unfortunately not the right answer, which means Brand New Halo and 8 Minky, you have failed to answer this purge question correctly, and that does mean at this late stage of the game, you've been purged. Which means 12 of you have survived to the point where we go to the final purge. I'm now going to press the score button and for the first time find out how many questions you've got correct up until this point. We don't really care, but this is the point where we do, because we have got 7 players too many, and if you get missed out because you haven't got as many right, it's a sucky way to go rather than succumbing to the purge, but we will purge you if you have not qualified. Let's find out. The 5 finalists this week are Jay Turner, It's Sotley, Drew Dave Tom, Samster, and Hodders UK. We have not had to go to the tiebreaker. Jay Turner and Samster getting 15 out of 18. It's Sotley, Drudo, Tom and Hodders getting 14 out of 18. Next high scores there, Toot, Brian and Serial Quiz are all getting 13. So we've not had to make use of the tiebreaker. It's purely down to questions correct on this occasion. Very, very well done to Hodders, Drudo, Tom, Jay Turner, Samster and it's Sotley. We will see you in the final in just a few minutes. Unfortunately though, Big Man Aaron, Mr. Quizworthing, now cut that out, Adster, We Like Shapes, Brian and Serial Quizzer. You've not accrued enough points to make it into the final. So I'm terribly sorry, but at this late stage, you've been purged. Which means all but 5 players have now been purged, but only one of you can emerge as the champion. Hodders, fresh off the back of victory from Bidding War last weekend. Hodders taking his first victory in Bidding War last weekend. Let's just take a look at the stats before we do the final of the Purge. If I go to the Purge, and we only get victory, we don't get first, second and third in this. We saw Z2A. Prosper's not here. David has won this once, not here. Dogfish not here. Drew Dave Tom is the first player to come up here alphabetically who has won the Purge before. So Drew Dave Tom has won it. Hodders has won the Purge in the past as well. Joey Getman, Cart 7, Mogra, Toot, Samster has won the Purge as well, and Stormfish is not here. So it's Sotley and Jay Turner in the final Purge for the first time. Samster, Hodders, and Drew Dave Tom have all been here before and won it. Actually, to be fair, it's Sotley and Jay Turner might have been in the final Purge before, they've just not won it. So those are the standings as we go into the final Purge. Slightly different rules in this game. If you've not been here before, you get shown half a question and need to decide based on that half a question if you want to play or pass. If you want to pass it, you don't want to play it, you pass it to somebody else. The odds, it then puts the ball in their court, so to speak. If you choose to play and get it wrong, you're purged. If you choose to pass and they get it right, you're purged. If you choose to pass and they get it wrong, they are purged. If you choose to play and get it right, you can choose somebody else to purge. Now, Jay Turner, you've populated on the left, which means you have the highest score and the closest to the tiebreak question, which means, Jay Turner, you're going to have the choice of whether you go first or last. It will go from left to right or right to left, depending on what you choose, because you're the high-scoring player. Jay Turner, you will need to whisper either F or L to the bot, depending whether you want to go first, F for first, or L for last. It can change the dynamics of the game, but thereafter you only get half a question, and you have to decide whether or not you're going to play or pass. So, all but 5 players have been purged. Only one of you can emerge as the champion. Jay Turner, you're currently leading and will therefore decide whether they play first or last. So whisper F or L now, Jay Turner. Are you going to go first or are you going to go last? Jay Turner has chosen to go first. Questions will therefore be asked in descending order. I need to get rid of that. It doesn't really make sense saying descending order because we don't really care about points. Jay Turner has chosen to go first. I should say left to right. Questions will therefore be asked from left to right, starting with Jay Turner. If we loop back around, if we get to the end because players get eliminated, then it will loop back around. So Jay Turner in control of this game at the beginning. Jay Turner, you'll get half a question. If you want to play, you can just type play. If you want to pass, you must tell me who you're going to pass it to. You don't have to have the exact name. You can just have an approximation because I do this bit manually, but do write it in your message to the bot. So, Jay Turner, decide whether you want to answer this question or nominate somebody else. Remember the rules if you get it wrong or if you pass and they get it right. If you wish to nominate somebody else, you must indicate who in your response. Here's half a question, Jay Turner. Which stadium, which was imploded in 2017, play or pass? You will get the full question once you've made a decision. Probably should have mentioned that. Jay Turner's going to nominate Drew for this one, so sending it down to the other end of the line. So I need to go into my controller. I need to select, let's have a look. Drew Dave Tom 1997. Nominating Drew for this question. Drew Dave Tom, this question is for you. So Drew Dave Tom, you get this one right. Jay Turner goes out, you get it wrong, and you go out. The very best of luck. Here is that question in full. Which stadium, which was imploded in 2017, was the home field of the NFL's Detroit Lions between 1975 and 2001? Drew Dave Tom is saying Ford Field. Ford Field. Is that the correct answer? It's not. It's the Pontiac Silverdome. Would have accepted Silverdome or the Silverdome. Ford Field, though, is not the correct answer. So, unfortunately, Drew Dave Tom, that's not the right answer. And you've been purged. Good pass from Jay Turner there. Don't know if Jay Turner would have known that themselves, but has managed to avoid it and sent Drew Dave Tom out of the game. Play now passes to Samster, who we know has been here several times before and knows the drill very well. It's going to be question or nominate Samster based on half a question. And remember, if you want to nominate somebody else, you need to tell me who you're going to nominate. You're going to take on your own fate or give it to someone else. Half a question. A statue of which poet? Passing to Itzotli, we're sort of going from the outside in. Samster passing on to Itzotli here. Maybe a bit of a tactical play. Is Samster seeing Itzotli as a threat, or does he think Itzotli is going to not know the answer to this half a question? Either way, Itzotli, this question is for you. So Itzotli, we'll give you the question in full, and you've got 20 seconds to get your answer in. Best of luck. Here's that question in full, Itzotli. A statue of which poet can be found within London St Pancras railway station? Ten seconds. Itzotli saying Betjeman. Is that the right answer? John Betjeman is the right answer indeed. Very, very well played there, Itzotli. Really strong answer, and yeah, really great knowledge on that one there. Not a poet I've ever heard of. I have heard of London St Pancras, but that is the right answer, Itzotli. You have survived that pass to you, and that does mean that Samster is going to be eliminated from the game. So the former champions looks like they're going out first. Drew, Dave, Tom, then Samster, and Hodders' question is next, so that could be interesting to see. For now, Itzotli, that is the correct answer, and that means Samster, you've been purged. Play passes to Hodders. Again, decide whether or not you're going to play or pass this question, Hodders. And if you want to pass it to somebody else, you need to tell me who in your response. Half a question for you then, Hodders. Which hydrocarbon molecule? Play or pass? Or first player to take on the challenge. First player not to pass, so Hodders is going to take on this question. So Hodders, this question is for you. Claire saying she would have taken this. Jerry Harris, I love hydrocarbon molecules. Well, let's see if Hodders' hydrocarbon knowledge is going to do him well here, or if it's a bit of a trap. Here's a full question for you, Hodders. 20 seconds. Good luck. Which hydrocarbon molecule consists of 6 carbon and 6 hydrogen atoms was isolated for the first time by Michael Faraday in 1825? Answering before I've even finished reading the question, saying benzene. Benzene is what you are offering. Correct answer is... it is indeed benzene. Hodders, absolutely solid knowledge there, getting the correct answer. So for the first time, we get to have a player choose who they're going to eliminate. Now, Hodders, I'll just give you a couple of seconds thinking time, because, of course, if you eliminate Jay Turner, then control is going to pass to Itzotli. If you eliminate Itzotli, control is going to pass to Jay Turner. So you might want to think, what's the best tactical decision for you here? And you must tell me who you're going to eliminate within 20 seconds, because the person who passes the sentence must swing the sword in this game. Hodders, who are you going to eliminate? Because benzene is the correct answer. Who's it going to be, Hodders? Itzotli or Jay Turner? It's going to be Itzotli. Itzotli, unfortunately, you have been chosen for execution by Hodders. And it does mean, I'm afraid, Itzotli, through no fault of your own, other than sitting on Hodders is right. I'll take it. 3rd place, very valiant effort in this game. I'm afraid, Itzotli, you've been purged. Which means we loop back around, a former champion and a first timer, and it's the first timer who gets control over this final question, whether it's going to be a play or a pass. Jay Turner, the drill is the same as before. If you want to pass, you don't have to tell me, Hodders, because I will know, so either a play or a pass will do, and you're going to get half a question to base it on. Your half a question, Jay Turner, is as follows. Which video game publishes 2011 E3 presentation? Jay Turner choosing to play this one, so taking fate in their own hands here. So we've had 2 passes, 2 successful passes. We've had a play and a successful play. We're about to see our second play of the final. Jay Turner, this question is for you. So So, Jay Turner, you've seen half a question. A fairly quick response to play. Here's a question in full. Good luck. Which video game publisher's 2011 E3 presentation was hosted by a man who introduced himself as Mr. Caffeine? "10 seconds, Jay Turner. 5 seconds. Valva. Good thing there's only one typo there and not two. I'm assuming you meant Valve by that. I'm going to take Valve as your answer because I recognise that as a computer game publisher. A and E are sort of close together. Let's find out. Is Valva the correct answer? It's not. It's Ubisoft. Ubisoft, I'm afraid. Which means, Jay Turner, that is the wrong answer. And you have been purged. So, Hodders, for the second time, you, through a tactical good play there and not getting nominated, second time champion, only the second player to be a second time champion. Hodders, very many congratulations because you have survived the purge. So, Hodders, surviving the purge there, very many congratulations. Let's go and add those pennies in. Victory in the purge means 3 pennies. Let's find Hodders. There he is. And we'll take that 1 and we will turn it into a 2, Hodders. That'll be an extra 3 pennies for you right there. Very, very well done. Let me give Lupine his author credit because I cannot go let this moment pass without saying a massive thank you to the Lupine one for a beautifully constructed question pack there. Only the 3rd author credit for the Lupine one, so still only a handful of question packs written from Lupine, from Ralph. So very, very grateful and beautifully done. And congratulations to Hodders. Humbling to have won 2 Saturdays in a row. Yeah, indeed. In a bit of a streak here. Bidding War last week and the Purge this week. What have you got next week? All sorts of stuff next week. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But fantastic question pack from Lupine, and very, very many congratulations to Hodders there for surviving the Purge. Nice to see a tight final at the end. So, that is the end of the Purge. That's been great fun. It's been a while since we played the Purge. I do like that game. It's quite chill. It's so chill because I've been doing so much face-off recently, which is a massive stamina drain in terms of reading questions. Now, I'm going to talk about stuff that's happening in the rest of the week in a little while. Hodders to win Meet the Flushes, yeah. I'll talk about the stuff that's going to be happening next week soon. For now, I just want to reiterate that we're going to be playing another game after the next face-off game. That's all I'm going to say. Going to be playing another game. I'm not telling you if it's something new or if it's something that I've redone stuff with. All will be revealed after the next face-off game. So do stick around, even if you're not playing in this face-off. In fact, if you are playing in this face-off, if you could pop yourself towards the green room, that would be beautiful and wonderful and splendid of you. Thank you very much. But do stick around for after the face-off because there's going to be something else to finish off the night. Next weekend, as I've said, is Meet the Flushes, and I'm going to say a bit more about that later on. And all sorts of other things are going to be happening next weekend too. So do spread the word about that. I'm going to be doing some Twittering and stuff. Anyway, sit tight though, because first up we have got our second face-off heat for this evening, featuring 8Minky, Alex, Inca, and Ash. I can see half of them in the green room already. We look forward to meeting the rest of them in due course. Give me about 3 minutes to get the build set up. The build is actually open this time, but I need to set up the player objects and put everything in the right place and make sure it's all good. So, sit tight. Thanks again to Lupine. Congratulations to Hodders. You have survived the Purge.
Natto per dire.
Welcome back to Game Night Originals on this Saturday evening, the 20th of March, I believe. For the second of this evening's face-off heat, I've got 4 players sat and waiting in the wings. for this game. I normally don't comment too much on the number of questions we've used, but at some point I'm going to go through them all because there was a bit of a sweepstake at the beginning. How many questions do you think are going to get asked across the duration of the tournament? I can't remember if I said that includes the qualifiers or not, but I've written it down somewhere, and a lot of people got their answers in. I'm assuming it's still on a Google form somewhere. But in that last heat, because I'd reset the question pack, it starts again from 0. There were 101 questions used, which I thought was quite pleasing. Anyway, we've got a second heat to look forward to, and we've got 4 more players lined up in the wings. Let's meet them now. If I focus on the right monitor. We've got Ape, our 32-year-old entertainer from Wisconsin. We have Alex, our 30-year-old QA technician from Derby. We've got Inca, our 29-year-old from Belfast. And we've got Ash, our 33-year-old games programmer from the UK. To all 4 of you, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Lovely to have you here.
Yes.
And actually, of all the games we've had so far, this is I think probably the closest we've had in terms of age discrepancy. 29, 30, 32, 33, and I'm 32. I can pretend to be 31 if it'll make it nice and even, if you like, maybe. Anyway, I'll move on rapidly from there. Ape, first of all, hello.
Hello. I hate to be referenced as the elder of this group, but you know what?
Oh, Ash has got a year on
you. If the
you.
old man's shoes fit, then so we must wear them, Ash.
No, you are bridging the gap. You are keeping the age demographic at a nice average of 31. But Ape, thank you again for being with us. Let's just take a look at your stats. Currently sat in 9th place, although I don't know if this has been updated from the earlier heat. I'm guessing not, because I'm actually on the wrong tab and Panda's got a new one, Els results week 4, which I'm going to flick to now without breaking the monologue so that I can actually see the results in real time. Ape, you don't exist on that one. Oh, yes, you do. 10th.
Don't worry, I'm probably about down there. I've been sucking it up hard lately.
You've had a couple of mix-ups. I think you started off strongly because you came in. Did you come in from a qualify? No, did you get automatic passage? I can't remember now.
I got automatic. I was lucky
draw.
that I didn't have to face the extra matches.
Well, you're currently in 10th, which is the last of the playoff positions. 22 right, 21 wrong, so 51.16%. How are you feeling coming into this face-off here?
You know, I was totally fine with playing this match against these very strong players today, and then Clive pulled a 4 on me in the earlier match. So that means I have to do some work to kind of chase towards the middle of the yellow group, otherwise I'm gonna be trouble, because I think both Alex and Ash are below me in the standings, and if they get any points on me, that pushes me down. So this is gonna be a really good match for kind of placement for the final leg that all of us are going to face. Could
be quite a critical match, quite an important juncture of a match in terms of what's going to happen in the sort of the middle end of the table, possibly. Well, the very best of luck to you, Ape. Your standings previously, you got a first place in your first heat, and then a last place in your second, and a last place in your third. So it's really been a tale of two cities for you. So we'll see what happens tonight, whether it's a middle ground or whether it's continuing with one of those trends that we've seen. We will find out. Facing off against Ape is Alex. Alex, good evening.
Oh.
Nice to have you with us.
Whether it'll be good depends on what happens in the next 20 minutes.
Well, I have to say, you've got a very nice percentage rate, 69.09% correct answers, 38 right, 17 wrong. And yet, despite that quite healthy margin, you're currently sat in 14th place with just 2 points. What's your feelings on that and going into this coming heat?
You know those people that come fourth in the Olympics, they spend their entire life working and get fourth place so they don't get bloody anything to show for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about that, okay. Well, I mean, it has to be said, of the ones where you have, I think you've got a first place, an out first and a couple of out seconds. Of those ones where you've been in, it has been microscopically close at the end with the other players you're playing. So I don't know if you have, if you're going to let that affect you coming into this one, or if you think this one might be a different kettle of fish. But
if I'm going to get knocked out, I'd like to basically get the crap kicked out of me, because at least then there's no arguing.
That's a very fair point. Well, Alex, we wish you the very, very best of luck tonight. Facing off against Ape and Alex is the only player tonight who's upsetting the alliterative format of this particular heat. It's Inca. Good evening and welcome.
Hello. Sorry about that.
It's your name. I can't begrudge you having a name. Inca, a first, a third, and a second.
Yes, and so even if it goes wrong for me today, I'm hoping I can claim a bingo bonus, as Ash suggested for Clive earlier, if I get the fourth today.
We're currently sat in 6th place, and your stats are very strong, 74% correct. You faced a huge number of questions, actually, 62 right, only 21 wrong. So it just shows the statistics of this game can be a little bit wild. But we wish you the very best of luck in this heat this evening.
Okay.
And facing off against Ape, Alex, and Inca is our friend Ash. Good evening and welcome, Ash.
Hello again.
Nice to have you back with us. Again, thank you again for Tuesday and for this coming Tuesday where you're going to be in with Countdown, which will be lovely fun, I'm sure. Ash, bit of a difficult ride so far. 4th, a 3rd, and a 3rd, I believe. Yes, 4th, 3rd, 3rd, giving you 2 points. What's your feelings coming into this heat here?
Not too strong, to be fair. I'm probably going to be sitting in a 4th or a 3rd again, but we shall see what happens. Because Clive, out of nowhere, was able to get the 4-pointer first place win on the last one.
And Samster going out in 4th, which I think might have been potentially been an upset for some people, thinking that that was a foregone conclusion. Currently 3rd place, Ash. Hit rate is not the best, 32.43%, only 12 right, 25 wrong, but as ever, it's what comes down to the questions that come out on the night. So, absolutely, the very best of luck to you, Ash, and to all 4 of you. Chat, once again, I'm going to make the chat window disappear so I won't be able to see anything as I maximise my inspector, which is also why I've temporarily frozen on the webcam there, because Unity doesn't like it when you fiddle around with that sort of thing. Just going to check my final flight checks. Flag questions is on, tournament mode is on, skip credits is off, special game is off. Right, let's go to the face-off arena. And the colour scheme is very upsetting tonight. Ape is on blue, Alex is on green, Inca is on red, Ash is on yellow, not matching your avatars in the slightest. But Ape, this is going to be your first opportunity to start the game off. I think you might have started in a exhibition game that we played pre-tournament, possibly, but don't hold me to that. Ape, you're going to be answering first. You've all got 60 seconds on your clock. The first player to run out of time will be eliminated. The very best of luck to all 4 of you. Ape, you're starting us off. And Ape, your time starts. Now, Ape, the GMEX Exhibition Centre is in which English city?
London.
No, it's Manchester. The ancient language Aramaic is mainly spoken in which part of the world? The Middle East?
Middle East.
Correct. Alex, in which book was it revealed that the answer to the question of life, the universe, and everything was 42?
Oh God, I just have... Oh my God, pass.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The Dutch word cars is what foodstuff?
Cheese.
Correct. Inca, Charles Leclerc competes professionally in which sport?
Golf.
No, it's motor racing. What sea is the name given to the bowl-shaped opening that can be found at the top of a volcano?
Caldera.
Or no, it's a crater. The flag known as the Jolly Roger is sometimes referred to as the skull and
Crossbones.
what? Correct. Ash, in filmmaking, the cinematographer is also known as the director of what?
Photography.
Correct. Abe, which actor starred as Hannibal Lecter in the 1991 film The Silence of the Lambs?
It's gone. Pass.
Anthony Hopkins. Who wrote the novel Frankenstein?
Mary Shelley.
Correct. Alex, in the 1960s sitcom Mr. Ed, what kind of animal was the title character?
Hog.
No, he's a horse. Which internet browser had a market share of more than 85% in 1995?
Opera.
No, it's Netscape Navigator. The home of which chemical element comes from the Latin name for Stockholm?
Oh God. Oh my God, this is hell. Pass.
Holmium. In several American cities, there is a railway known as the L, which is short for which word?
Colorado?
No, it's elevated.
Oh,
in which
no.
1946 film does an angel save the life of businessman George
Wonderful Life.
Correct. Inca, treacle is produced from the process of refining what?
Sugar.
Correct. Ash, in which decade did Princess Anne marry Captain Mark Phillips?
1970s.
Correct. Abe, to how many general election victories did Margaret Thatcher lead the Conservative Party?
1.
No, 3. What L goes before crossing to give the name of a point where a railway line crosses the surface of a road?
Line?
No, it's level. Holiday, army, and scout are all different types of which form of temporary accommodation?
Pass.
It's camp. At which Welsh University College did Prince Charles learn the Welsh language in 1969? Aberystwyth. In which TV series did John Forsyth provide the voice of unseen detective agency boss?
Charlie's Angels.
Correct. Alex, what is an adage, an old saying or an old vegetable?
saying.
Correct. Inca, a yashmak is a type of veil traditionally worn by women of which
Judaism.
religion? No, it's Islam. Who wrote the novel The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn?
Mark Twain.
Correct. Ash, what T is a musical term used to describe the quality of tone of a particular instrument or singer?
Tessitura?
No, it's timbre. On what might you attach a roll hemmer or a blind hemmer press a foot?
A sewing machine?
Correct. 8. Derby lies roughly in which compass direction from Sheffield?
North.
Or south? No, it's south. Who had a hit single in 2001 with Can't Get You Out of My Head? Kylie Minogue was the answer there. I can't escape the irony of having a player from both parts of that question in the tournament here, and neither of them getting that particular question. But yeah, Ape, I'm afraid you're out of time. Oh, mate.
That's what it is.
Here's what it is. A bit of a spiral there in the middle, finally finding one to get off of it, but then tricky run at the end there and just running out of time. I'm afraid you leave us with no points this evening. But we will see you in your next heat. You have still got one more heat to face, or two more heats. No, we've had 3 heats, so this is your 4th. So you've got one more heat to face, which could make all the difference. But for now, Ape, I'm afraid it is good night.
Good night.
So, Alex, Inca, and Ash all go through to the next round in exactly the opposite order. Ash is, in exactly the same order. Alex is going to be starting us off with the least amount of time. Inca with 32.65 in second, and Ash, by a hair's breadth, going to be starting third, 34.92. We'll put those times into your time bank, and let's go on to round number 2. Ooh, Alex, little spiral there, but you got out of it.
I'm having a breakdown!
Oh no, please don't break down. Please don't break down.
Oh my god. I was that was hell, frankly.
You're getting the say a bit of a run, but all credit to you, you managed to pull yourself out of it right there, and you're now guaranteed a point going into the next round, so very well done.
I don't know how I did that.
Inca, bit of a tricky start there, one or two missed answers, but no major dramas there, keeping you cool, feeling generally happy?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it wasn't entirely smooth sailing for any of us there, I don't think, in that round, so I don't think any of us can feel too comfortable, but yeah, just glad to be there, and again, feel very bad for Ape, as always. Often seem to just get a really rough luck of questions, but it's just how it goes.
It's how the cards fall. Ash, you're in the 3rd position. You had the most time left on your clock there. Are you happy, surprised, unsurprised by that turn of events?
I'm obviously happy for that to happen, but I am also surprised. I think it was a combination of a good set of questions that came my way, especially ones that are particularly guessable as well.
Yeah.
Like the 1970s was just a guess out of nowhere. I'm glad it stuck. Aside from that, part of it is also I've told myself to not get stressed on things, so I've just got more of a clearer mind and just allowing conscious thought to flow through if it can, rather than blocking myself with stress.
Solid self-advice, though on tessitura, for what it's worth, is the vocal range.
Yeah.
So tessitura for me is sort of a bottom E to a top G or something like that. So yeah, timbre was the word, but I fully appreciate the heat at the moment, losing an answer, like that. But hey, you got the most time on your clock, and you're in the 3rd position. So we've got I'll put 90 seconds back onto all of your clocks as we go into the 2nd round. First player to run out of time will be eliminated from the game with a single point. Alex, who, as you had the least amount of time left on your clock, you're going to be starting us off in round 2. The very best of luck to all 3 of you. And Alex, your time starts now. Alex, Zapata, toothbrush, and soup strainer are all types of which facial adornment?
Ash.
Correct. Inca, which actor starred as Detective Alonzo Harris in the 2001 film Training Day? Denzel Washington. Formosa is the old Portuguese name for which island lying off the coast? Correct. Ash, in the children's cartoon series, which Master of the Universe had a trusty companion called Battlecat?
Pass.
He-Man. So-called economy class syndrome occurs when clots form in which type of blood vessels? Arteries or veins?
Veins.
Correct. Alex, Robert Lindsay played Wolfie in the 1970s sitcom Six and... Correct. Inca, in 2006, who succeeded Sue Lawley as presenter of Radio 4's
Kirsty Young.
Correct. Ash, who wrote the play The Crucible?
Pass.
Arthur Miller. Marion Jones won 3 gold medals at the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney, representing which country?
England? No.
No, it's the United States. Where in a fraction does the denominator appear, above the line or below the line?
Below the line.
Correct. Alex, the dance group comprising Tom Rowlands and Ed Simons is called the Chemical... One more time?
Plus.
Correct. Inca, in which New York City park is there a statue of Scottish poet Robert Burns?
Central Park.
Correct. Ash, in which US TV series did David Duchovny play FBI agent Fox Mulder?
X-Files.
Correct. Alex, what is 42 plus 36?
78.
Correct. Inca, what was the nationality of the abolitionist and women's rights activist
American.
Sojourner Truth? Correct. Ash, what D means to pour wine or spirits from the bottle into another container?
Decanter.
Decant, I'll accept. Correct. Alex, according to Christian tradition, how many deadly sins are
7.
there? Correct. Inca, which everyday product has varieties called crepe, tissue, note, and blotting?
Paper.
Correct. Ash, if the odds on a horse changed from 20 to 1 against to 10 to 1 against, what have they done? Lengthened or shortened?
Shortened.
Correct. Alex, which European country is nearest to Africa?
Spain.
Correct. Inca, at the Olympic Games opening ceremony, the team from the host country enters the stadium when? First or last?
Last.
Correct. Ash, what are Ursa Major and Ursa Minor constellations? Correct. Alex, in both the stage and the film versions of Grease, what was the name of the high school?
Pass.
It's Rydell High School. If you flew due north from the Maldives, which mainland Asian country would you fly over first?
Saudi Arabia.
No, it's India. In pantomime, which 3-word phrase is traditionally shouted out if the villain is creeping up?
It's behind you.
Correct. Inca, which southern city in the US is known as the
New
Big
Orleans.
East? Correct. Ash, South Bank University is in which English city?
Manchester?
No, it's London. The year 2000 film Oh Brother Where Art Thou was written, produced and directed by which brothers?
Coen brothers.
Correct. Alex, Baron von Richthofen was a celebrated pilot during which...
World War One.
Correct. Inca, which English city has postcodes which begin with the letters SO?
Southampton.
Correct. Ash, in the Dr. Seuss children's book, the characters Sam I Am likes to eat green eggs.
Ham.
Correct. Alex, which word for a standard of comparison literally means a 3-foot-long wooden rod?
Yard.
It's yardstick. What was the name of the royal yacht that was built in Glasgow and launched in 1953?
Pass.
It's Britannia. What is the first name of the Pakistani who won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014?
Malala.
Correct. Inca, in the New Testament, Salome asked for whose head as a
John the
reward
Baptist.
for... Correct. Ash, which major canal in the Middle East passes through the Bitter Lakes?
Pass.
It's the Suez Canal. In which book of the Bible do the Ten Commandments appear?
Proverbs.
No, it's Exodus. In the marriage ceremony of which religion does the groom smash a glass with his foot?
Jewish.
Judaism, correct. Alex, if you are offended or affronted by something, what are you said to have taken?
Bridge.
Correct. Inca, what country is the singer Rihanna from?
Barbados.
Correct. Ash, Battersea Power Station has how many chimneys?
4.
Correct. Alex, which word can mean a large reservoir of liquid or an armoured military vehicle that moves...
Tank.
Correct. Inca, which country shares a border with China, Laos and Cambodia?
Vietnam.
Correct. Ash, what word beginning with G means to divide electoral districts primarily for political gain? Do you know the answer?
I can't think of the answer off the top of my head right now.
It's to gerrymander something.
Okay.
Well, I have to say, again, a very, very strong performance from all 3 players there, but Ash just slipping out of time there. Your new calm tactic seems to be working. I'm feeling the calm coming off you in these questions, I have to say. And
that said...
sorry about that.
That said, the... freaking Arthur Miller really surprising me because that was a Wheel of Fortune that I
Wheel
got.
of Fortune.
I forgot about
a couple
it
of days ago.
Face Off.
Oh, that's the way it goes. I think that's the way it goes. Yeah, the London-Manchester connection. That's come up a couple of times tonight. London-Manchester have gone the wrong way round. But Coen Brothers recovering there. Green Eggs and Ham, no problem. Suez Canal, and then the Old... I don't know why I almost said Old Testament, because it doesn't say old anywhere on the question or in the log. But, yeah, the Exodus, where we get the Ten Commandments from, then Judaism, all good. But... a strong performance, definitely a strong performance. I would go out on a limb and say it's probably one of the strongest performances we've seen from you in the tournament. So leaving with your head held high, but you get another point to go with it. Fortunately, no time for your bank, but we will see you in your 5th heat in a week or 2 or 3's time.
All right, I'll see you later.
Thank you very much, Ash. And of course, we'll see Ash before then on his one of his streams, or indeed on Tuesday, where he's in Dictionary Corner for Countdown. Alex and Inca, you are through to the final round. Inca, you're going to be going second with 40 seconds left on your clock. Alex, 12 seconds left. You're going to be going first. Let's go to the final round now. So, Alex, you wanted some points from tonight, and you've got at least 2 of them. How are you feeling?
Oh my god! I can't believe that happened.
It was close. It was very close.
I came in saying I wanted 2 from this one to give me any chance of making it, and
oh, you've got them. Definitely got them.
I've got a good bit of time too.
Something I will say, there was only one I asked you to repeat because the others I was pretty sure you said the right thing, but I'm just losing the slight beginning of some of the words that you're saying. So at some point, I don't...
On my old crap laptop, so I will be moving on to a new one for
You've
the
just
next
upgraded, haven't you? So hopefully that'll put you into better stead. But just so you're aware of it, if I do ask you to repeat, that's probably why. But not much drama there. A couple of little slip-ups, but generally a strong performance. And
have you seen the shakes in my hand, Ben?
Do you know what I find helps? I find helps a nice glass of wine, and the shakes suddenly just go away. But
drinking Estrella right now, it's not working.
Well, in about 2 to 4 minutes time, it will be 2 to 4 minutes plus the rest of my talking time. It will be over, and you can celebrate or commiserate in whichever way you see fit. But there is the battle of this, the battle or the matter of this. I went to say battle and matter at the same time and said battle of this head-to-head to finish. First of all, Inca, very very strong performance there. Quite a substantial time advantage going into this, 40+ seconds. Any dramas?
That was a very sort of favourable run of questions for me there. I have to say though that I was surprised the time gap was what it was, because it felt to me that Alex and Ash as well were playing very solidly as well. So I don't think the time gap there necessarily means as much as it might look like. I'm certainly not expecting this to be an easy fight.
Well, I have to say my biggest capped off moment to you personally there was actually the last question you faced, which country shares the border with China, Laos and Cambodia. My Far Eastern geography is pretty shocking, so anyone who can know that from the land borders and work it out has my respect. So some great answers there, and very well played. Well, you've both now got 120 seconds on your clock. That's 2 minutes of question answering time. First run out of time will be eliminated with 2 points. The winner will get 4, plus whatever time is left in their bank. Alex, as you finish the round with the least amount of time, you are going to be starting us off. The very best of luck to both of you. And Alex, your time starts. Now, Alex, on which part of a bird are the primary feathers, wing or tail?
Wing.
Correct. Inca, Ben Stiller, Cameron Diaz and Matt Dillon all starred in which hit 1998 slapstick... There's Something About Mary. Which 6-letter word means to start a line of print or writing further from the margin than
Indent.
Correct. Alex, when facing the direction of travel, which side of a ship is referred to as the starboard side?
Right-hand side.
Correct. Inca, Kandahar is a city in which Central Asian country?
Pakistan?
No, it's Afghanistan. What S is a 7-letter slang word of American origin for an unscrupulous and unprofessional person?
Shyster.
Correct. Alex, which English higher education institution located on Gower Street in London is known by the initials UCL?
University of Central London.
It's University College London. The demolition of the Berlin Wall began in which year?
1980s.
1989. Which two-word term is used for the event in which all parliamentary seats are contested at the same time?
General election.
Correct. Inca, due to the material from which they are built, British universities of recent foundation are known as red. Correct. Alex, what T is a ring, stone, or other object engraved with supernatural characters worn to ward off evil?
Talisman.
Correct. Inca, which novel by E. Nesbitt features the characters Poppy, Phyllis, Peter, and Perks the Station Porter?
Secret Garden?
No, it's the Railway Children. What V is a formal name for a wine merchant?
Vintner.
Correct. Alex, in Eastern Mediterranean cuisine, tara masalata and hummus are traditionally... Correct. Inca, which two-word Latin phrase literally means in its original place or position? Correct. Alex, what type of book was the Marion Keyes bestseller Sushi for Beginners? A novel or a cookbook? It was a novel. Inca, Matthew Pinsent competed professionally. Correct. Alex, what is the nationality of the chess player and model Magnus Carlsen?
Swedish.
No, he's Norwegian. In sociology, a small household consisting only of 2 parents and their children is called a what family? Correct. Inca, a future reward or benefit that is unlikely to materialise is known as what? Correct. Alex, who wrote the novel The Secret Garden?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Pass?
Pass.
Francis Hodgson Burnett. In a cricket team, the lower end of the batting order is known by what anatomical term?
Arse.
It's
I don't
tail.
know.
Which British comedian starred in his TV Madhouse with Les Dennis, Dustin G and Bella Emberg?
Pass on that one, I'm sorry.
It's Russ Abbott. What is the common name for the chemical compound nitrous oxide?
No, 3.
No, it's laughing gas. For which national side did Premiership footballer Andrei Shevchenko play in the 2006 FIFA World Cup?
It's Ukraine, isn't it?
It is Ukraine. That's the first full answer I've heard. Inca, which three-letter word means the part of a typewriter that a typist depresses to make a character correct? Alex, who wrote the novel The Handmaid's Tale?
Pass.
Margaret Atwood. In which part of the British Isles is the 9th of May celebrated as a bank holiday known as Liberation Day?
Northern Ireland.
No, it's the Channel Islands. What type of pie was favoured meal of comic character Desperate Dan? Cow pie is correct. Inca. What V is the collective term for wild animals that spread disease or generally cause a nuisance?
Vermin.
Correct. Alex, in 2006, how many days did David Blaine attempt to survive in a human aquarium in New York?
40.
No, it was 7. Is what it was. Just before I missed the button.
It was 40 on the column, wasn't it?
40 was the box, I think, the glass box, or maybe the column up top. There were a few weird stunts he did. Just on the question, I heard you say Chelsea. I didn't hear you complete the word, which is why I didn't flag it. So you then gave me the answer Ukraine, which I was able to condone, just in case anyone is querying what happened there. And there was another one, I think, where we... Very close, University of Central London University College London. I couldn't accept it because of the 3-word term.
I straight up got that one wrong.
And there was another. I thought it was really, really curious that someone. I think Inca said the Secret Garden, and then that came up as a question a little bit later on. I thought was quite curious. That was
a very deep tactical play to mislead Alex about who wrote the Secret Garden, giving the wrong idea with that. You know, I'm playing the long game.
Absolutely.
Fun way to find out that I can't read.
Well, I think you were jumping the gun a little bit on a couple, particularly earlier on, but that maybe cost you a second or two there. But hey, a strong performance, and it feels you sound a lot happier than you sounded at the end of the last heat, certainly.
Hey, I'm against Inca. What did you think was going to happen?
Well, Inca, solid player, but certainly not a full victory player. But on this occasion, Inca has attained victory. We'll have a chat with Inca in a minute. Alex, very many congratulations. You get 2 points going on to the leaderboard, and we'll check out your scores in a minute. And we'll see you in your next heat. Go have a drink.
Relax.
Go have a drink. Thank you to Alex, and congratulations to Inca, because you are the champion of this face-off. Happy with that?
Extremely happy with that. No, to be honest, yeah, no, that I felt that went really well. Honestly, I was surprised myself there compared to the last couple of times. Anyway, yeah. I'm
just looking back through my log, and I'm trying to find the one question where I almost said very good or congratulations because I was so impressed you got the answer. Where was it? I think it might have been the Vintner question. Which is one that came up. I did not expect a correct answer. I think I very nearly said well done. But caught myself and said correct instead, which is the professional thing to say. But yeah, absolutely solid performance. Well over a minute left. The camera's going to freeze a minute while I move the thing back down there and I can have a look at the chat. So, tremendous performance. How do you think you're going to fare in the league after that?
I think I hope at least that will cement me to make the playoffs. At least I think I can give up hope of making the top of the league at this point. I mean, 2 has just been exceptionally strong, but
has been strong.
But I'm hoping that I can at least, have a bit of a breather now. That at least I'll be in the playoffs. And as for what's going to happen in those, who knows? That's going to be very tough. Yeah.
Position, number? What number before I press the button? What number do you think you are?
I think I might have got as high as 4.
Maybe as high as 4. Let's take a look. Even higher, you're up to 3rd.
Oh.
3rd place, 11 points, and 2 points clear of 4th place at the moment. Though it's worth noting, you're a point behind Ralph with the same number of games played, but you have got a substantially higher time bank than Ralph. So if there's a bit of a turnaround of scores in the next game, this is when it starts getting really interesting analytically. And I'm going to be leaning on Panda to get some really interesting stats for the game to find out, because it's starting to get to the point where players are going to have to come a certain position in order to do X, Y, or Z. Toot's still very strong, at the top at the moment. But Inky, you move up to 3rd with 4 games played. Keshi and Brig, both potential threats, 2 and 3 points behind you respectively, but with a game in hand. Just looking over at the other players from this game, Alex moves up to 12th with 4 points, though it's worth noting there are 3 players with 4 points now. Alex, Benzi and Ape is winning due to the time surplus at the moment. Alex with a fairly small time surplus due to the tightness of some of the games, but with another heat to go. Ash currently in 13th place, and Ape still managing to be in 10th place, bottom of the heat. However, worth noting, Topper, Liam and Kira, Peter, Procyon, Brig, Keshi and Toot have all got a game in hand and will be playing that match next Saturday, or those 2 matches I should say, next Saturday. So very interesting board, and like I say, it's starting to get to the point where we're going to have to start looking at these numbers and thinking, where do people have to go? And for Heat 5, which is going to be starting in 2 weeks time, that's going to be particularly interesting. I will post a full printout of that into the Discord server in due course. For now, though, Inca, very many congratulations. You're the champion of the second face-off this evening. I'll go and let you have a sit down.
Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to the mystery that is to come next.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, me too. Could be interesting. Do go get yourself into the chat and set up for that. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time for your next heat.
Thanks very much. See you then.
Cheers, Inca. Bye-bye. So, Inca, the champion there. And as for you all watching at home, do stick around, because there's going to be something special coming up after. It's probably not even going to be a break. It probably will just be me opening the build. So I may not even start any music. I'll just go to the BRB screen, make a couple of tweaks, and then we will be back. Inca, the champion there. Stuff happening in the next few days. Lots of things. Tuesday, I'll just mention it now. I'll mention it again at the end. But Going for Gold is happening Tuesday. The pilot of Going for Gold. I still need a few more questions. I've got a load of stuff from David that I need to sit down and sort of pass through, which will give me a good start. But particularly things like round 3 rounds would be really handy. So go get yourself the Question Writer app in the Discord server, which of course you can join as ever over there. That would be really good to have, because that's coming. We'll have a couple of games of Countdown, and then probably just the 1 game of Going for Gold. It'll give me a chance to stress test it. I still need to build up the question bank for it a little bit, but I appreciate they are quite tricky questions to write for that game. So next Saturday, AMA Meet the Flushes, and all sorts of other things that I'm going to say some more about after we've done this next special end of stream thing. What's the time? It's already quite late, 20 past 10, but Mrs. Flush sounds like her Zoom party is still going very well, so I don't have any regrets in doing this next thing that I'm going to do. So sit tight, stay there. I'll be back in 2 minutes or so, and we'll have a special surprise for the end of the stream. Congrats again, though, to Inca, the champion of this face-off. Okay, so I've unmuted myself. This is a game where this cam is necessary. Let me just pop to just camera for a minute. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything more about this. It's going to let it explain itself. I'm going to do the thing. I'm just going to check something. Twitch control, that's all set. Test mode needs to come off. That's quite important. And everything else should be good. Yeah. Have a look at this. this is the Pyramid. Pyramid game. No, the Pyramid is it's still sort of a working title. No, you don't need pen and paper for this. It's more standard quiz stuff. Sticking with the Egyptian theme that I'm going to, bolted and riveted to the Egyptian theme. So this came off the back of some feedback. And can you tell me what the balance is like? Because I have a feeling this loop might be a little bit loud. If the loop is a bit loud, I'm going to turn it. It sounds very loud to me. I'm going to turn the loop down to that. Yeah, thank you, Matt. I've just popped the music down because it felt a bit loud. So this was born out of the idea that I wanted to do more games that were like Deciphered, i.e. question pack based games that were short and concise, and you could do 2 or 3 of them in a single night and you could get through them quite fast. This is something, sticking with the Egyptian theme, that I started in Cryptex, that I followed through with here. And this game is The Pyramid. It's a short quiz trivia game. It's Twitch Interactive. And it's got a very, very simple rule set, which I will explain on the screen in a minute. I'm not going to give too much away about it. I will say, at the moment, hello, darling. How's your evening?
Really, really good fun. I'm going through a top
Good.
up. And...
Are you sober still? Or are you?
Yes, I'm still sober. I'm acting drunk, though. I'm very good at acting.
You are. What I will say about this is that I started this on Thursday. I got an idea in my head. I thought, that's a good idea, and I ran with it. And I spent most of Thursday afternoon, the majority of Friday, and a good chunk of today. That's what I meant by the crunch I've been doing today. I've only just managed to get the music in. It is unfinished. There are no closing credits. There are no sound effects on stuff beyond the loops and one sound effect on the timer. So it's been quite a blitz of a project. So there's going to be things that don't work necessarily. There might be a couple of bugs, and there's no sound. The big thing is that there's no sound effects. So you can make your own sound effects on stuff. I'm not going to explain the rules just yet. All I'm going to say is that if you want to come and play, and I haven't even tested out the Stream Deck setup, I've set one up and I'm hoping it works. If you want to come and play, there we go. The lobby is now open. It's a different lobby code entry here, and you can have a name that is not your Twitch name. I don't know why it's taken me 10 original games to get to this point. So you can now have a name that is not your Twitch name. There we go, and it's working. Though it's limited to 12 characters. There we go. Look at this. Lovely, lovely. And yeah, this is where we'd have sound effects and stuff. So come and join the game. I'll explain the rules as we go. So don't worry too much about it. Thank you, Score Count. Nice name. Nice to see that's working. Up to 56, I think, in this game. 9 on each column. 6 columns. 54. I can't maths. Again, as with most games, this is done exclusively to the Whisper bot, so don't type anything in public chat after the lobby code because it won't be processed and will be deleted by a moderator. So do come and join the game. Make sure you get the Whisper bot at the ready. I'll explain the concept of the game once you've joined. It's simple quiz trivia, but there's a little bit of a twist to it. I'm really loving this loop. As ever with things like this, any suggestions that you want to level in my general direction can go into the suggestions section of the Discord. And we're going to start populating over on the right-hand side now, which is great. I've been getting 40 on the test run. I don't know why my lobby seems to stick at 40 when I put test players in, so I'm used to it going up to the bottom of the 4th column. That 36, I guess, not 40. Hyphen, J White, you need a hyphen as well. Ass backwards, I can't see you. You need the hyphen after join, J White. And ass backwards, I can't see. You need to have it. There you go, J White. There you're in now. Join, that's it. Ash has got it there. There's Big Man Aaron. Yeah, I'm not sure about the hyphen. The hyphen might be a bit bleh. It's certainly very small. But and I don't think you can't join if you just do join hyphen without the thing. But thank you for trying to break it, Wheelo Shapes. That is something I tested. Bit long, Mr. Quizworthen. It's got to be 12 characters or fewer, your username. Exclamation mark, join the name. Yeah, I thought that might look messy, which is why I put the hyphen there. Make it clearer. Okay, let me just try and undilate that. Lobby guide. Instructions. What happens if I don't know if that's any clearer. That is sort of necessary for what's coming later on. So All suggestions to the Discord, please. Rather than me trying to fix things on the fly that I'll then forget about or possibly break something, just chuck them in the Discord. Fantastic. Oh, good. Lots and lots of people coming in. There's no penny integration in this yet either, as with the Purge earlier on. So, 38 players in so far. Leave red text classes rather with the aliasing with the background on stream compression. Oh, does it? Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, the white outline of the text is... Please write all of these things down. Yes, all from Audio Network, Silent Marine. All from Audio Network. Okay, Keshi. We'll take any answers with a grain of salt, so to speak. Right. 30 seconds? 30 seconds. I'm going to pour some more wine, have a puff on my pipe, have another swig of wine, and then I'm going to lock it up. So if you want to come and join, the last few seconds to do that now. There's the top up. There's the puff on the pipe. Personal use license is... I don't know what license I have with them, but... it's... Audio Network's a wonderful source of stuff. I had this one down to a choice of two theme tunes, and I went for the one that was slightly less dramatic. And there's the sip. Right, I'm going to lock it. Hopefully this will work. Let's lock it up. There we go. Lobby has been locked. How to play. Right. These are the rules. Attempt to earn one of 4 slots in one of the hieroglyph tiles on each row by answering questions correctly and quickly. The 4 fastest correct players will earn a slot. Answering is not mandatory. Answering a question incorrectly, even after obtaining a slot for the current row, will lock you out of the game. Obtain a slot by the end of the row of questions in order to progress to the next row. Players who answer incorrectly or do not obtain a slot before the end of the row may continue answering to accrue a higher score. If there are not 4 players in the top slots of the pyramid, that's the top question after question 10, the locked out players with the highest scores and lowest total submission time will fill the vacant slot and progress to the final. So, it's a bit like Wonderwall in a way, except it comes in 4 stages in that you've got to get an answer in. If you're wrong, you're immediately out. But here's the kicker. It kind of, a bit like the 49ers on Wonderwall, Matt. Yeah, a little bit like that. Here's the kicker. You can go out, you can get locked out on the first question, but still get into the final. You can get every single question right apart from question 10 and not make the final. So you've got to weigh up the decision. If you get the first question of the row right and you've got passage to the next row, that's good, but you've only got 1 point. So the question will then be, do you risk the next ones, knowing that if you sit quietly, you are not going to have much of a chance if you do go out in a later round, or do you attempt them, just attempt everything, try and get as many points as possible, and if you're wrong, you're wrong. I'll compromise. There's a few things to think about in this, and I'm not quite sure of the mechanics yet if they're quite right, but the idea is it's supposed to be quite a short game. It's only 13 questions long in total. 10 to an exciting stream. I hope so. I really hope so. So that's how to play quickly, and so a bit like Wonderwall, but the answers aren't numbers. After you've locked out, definitely keep answering A, B, me. If you have got passage, if you've got a slot, and your avatar, you'll see, if you've got a slot, then you might want to think about answering if it's going to be a bit of a risk. As ever, I can condone answers that the computer flags to be wrong. Basically what Matt says, if you're fast, you're last. If you're fast, you're last. If you're wrong, Ash has got a magic button for that I don't have. So, hopefully that is relatively self-explanatory. I put a fanfare there. So, all of this is whispered to Persephone's Twitch bot. Remember, you do not have to play 15 seconds for each question, and as ever, keep your eye on the chat. Best of luck to you all. Here comes question number 1. And this is the... We need to come up with names for these. This is the... I'm going to call this one the Mosaic. Mosaic tile question coming up. Athens is the capital city of which country? And that's time up. You have no idea how long it took me to get that visual right. Originally, the hourglass was just going to sit over on the side, but I decided to do the whole sun is going to do a full cycle and the hourglass is going to glow and stuff. I spent more time on that than not maybe the rest of the game, but how many players? 37 players attempted this one. Looks like everyone apart from Ash having a go at this one. Let's take a look. The correct answer was Greece. Let's find out who was right and who was wrong. If you're right, you'll go green. If you're not, you'll go red. Everybody who attempted that one going green, getting the correct answer, Greece, and a single point on the board. So there's going to be no eliminations here, but only 4 players can get through. That button eliminates people who were wrong, which is nobody in this case. Let's find out who are our 4 fastest players. Innis was the fastest, followed by Dev, followed by AB Me, and followed by Zeus. Congratulations, you 4. You've gone blue. You have got passage. If you get a question wrong, you lose that passage. So tread carefully. You 4 are through to the next row, providing you can keep that light blue. Very well done. So we're going to move on to the arm tile. The arm tile. Remember, you don't have to play. Here is question number 2, the arm question. What dish, popular in a southwestern county of the UK, consists of baked pastry with a crusty handle and filled with a variety of meat and vegetables? And that is time up. 25 players attempting this one, not as many. Let's have a look at the correct answer. Cornish pasty. I would have also accepted pasty. 25 players attempting this. How many were right? How many were wrong? Everybody who attempted that, apart from 2, Energia going for pie, JY going for shepherd's pie. Not the correct answer, I'm afraid. I'm going to mark that as wrong, and that means you are eliminated. But do keep answering, because there could be a swing at the end. For now, shepherd's pie and pie, Energia and JY, you're locked out. So, that means 23 players were correct. Let's find out the 4 fastest from that to fill the arm tile. Fastest, Lewis. 2nd fastest, Big Man Aaron. 3rd fastest, Quizzle. And 4th fastest was Brig. Very well done to you 4. You have attained passage. Nobody losing passage. Though Dev, AB Me, Dev and AB Me sitting that one out. Zeusless and Innis giving it a go and taking that risk. Very good. On we go to question number 3. This is the leg tile. Let's take a look at the leg tile. The game of Scrabble is played on a board with how many individual tile squares? And that's time up. Not as many attempting this one. 20 players. I decided to be very careful with the phrasing of that individual tile squares, because you could there's a lot of squares if you start going 2x2 and 3x3 and so on, but the individual little ones, how many are there? What's the board? 10x10? 12x12? 15x15? Correct answer to the leg question is 225. It's a 15x15 board. So, of the 20 players who attempted this question, who was right and who was wrong? They weren't all right. How many were wrong? 13 were correct, 7 were incorrect, 8 going for 100, Lord Chocobo going for 144, Energia 169, JY 81, Bass going for 100, Statistician 100, Quizzle 100. All of those are incorrect answers, and I'm afraid you're going to be locked out. But keep answering, because it could be a swing at the end, but for now, you're locked out. And no, we have lost a player who was already through there. Who was that? I can't remember who it was. It doesn't say. It doesn't flag. So yes, everyone goes. So you'll see the little the face is gone. So there's only going to be a maximum of 11 going through. Yes, you can go out even after you've obtained passage. That's why the risk is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players were correct. Let's find Quizzle. Quizzle, unfortunately, going out on that question. 9 players were correct. Let's find the 4 fastest. To the leg question. Fastest was Matt, followed by Jerry. Keshi was 3rd, and Hodders was 4th. Very, very well done. You've got passage to the next one, the next row. So, The Horned Viper question is the last one on this row, so you might as well have a go at this one, unless you're already through, in which case you might not want to. If you're not already through, you might as well have a go at this one, because if you don't get in the top 4 for this one, you're eliminated anyway at the end of the row, or locked out, I should say, not eliminated. Very best of luck. Here comes the Horned Viper question. In the book of Exodus, which is the last of the 10 plagues to befall the people of Egypt? And that's time up. 21 players attempting this question. Surprisingly, the majority of players in. Let's have a look and see what the correct answer was. Death of the Firstborn Son. There were a few options. I might have to go and do some condoning here. Death of the Firstborn Son is the answer we were after. Who was right, who was wrong? We'll go green. I put about 7 different variations on this panda. We'll find out. Green if you're right, red if the computer thinks you're wrong. Let's have a look. Okay, let's go through the flagged as incorrect answers. Ben's J saying pestilence. Ape, that comet that killed the dinosaurs. Liam saying death, not specific enough, I'm afraid. Joette saying flood. Samson saying locusts. Topsicle, deathy of oldest. That is close enough. It's got 2 out of 3 of the keywords I needed there, which were death, eldest, and son. Or death, a firstborn or eldest and son. So Topsicle, I am going to condone that. Let me just find you. Topsicle, there you are. And condone. There you go. Cola, firstborn son. Firstborn son, it's got 2 out of 3 there, Colo, so I'm going to accept that based on my own rules. And yes, I appreciate this is a slightly weird question. I threw these questions together quite quickly. Locusts, outcast, pandemic, and locusts all incorrect. So not too much condoning to do there. But yes, I in my head I said 2 out of 3 of those key pieces of information: death, firstborn or oldest, and son. With the 3 key, and you need 2 out of 3 of those for me to condone it. Death of firstborn was the answer I was after. So if you're wrong, I'm afraid you're locked out, but keep answering because it could be a change around later on. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 players are through already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players left potentially to gain passage. Let's find out the first 4. Dogfish was fastest, followed by David, then Topper, and then Colo. 2 of the players I condoned did get through. Unfortunately, Alex's Fine Sonnet and NanoAl, though correct, you are going to be eliminated because at the end of the row, and you haven't booked yourself a slot, I'm afraid. But keep answering questions because there could be a big change around when it comes to the end game. For now, though, let's eliminate those players that have not got a slot. Sound effects, sound effects, sound effects. So, 11 players go forward in the main game, but of course, like I say, keep answering because the highest score coupled with the lowest submission time could be, your wild card at the end of the pyramid. So, everyone's still very much in with a shot. Let's go on to the Eye of Horus. Everyone back in, and 4 places available for this question on the Eye of Horus. Let's take a look. Passage been granted to many players, not bidding war, Keshi. What is studied by a dendrologist? I mean, you don't have to answer. 2 more questions to think about. And there's time. 22 players giving this a go. A good chunk of players. Let's take a look. The correct answer was trees or wooded plants was also an accepted answer. Trees is the answer, though, the main answer I was after. Let's have a look who got it right, who got it wrong. Green if you're right, red if you're not. Incorrect answers that are coming in. Quite a few of them. Innis going for hair, Fet's going for skin, Cola going for wood age. Trees or wooded plants, I'm not going to condone it, I don't think. Claire going for roots, Keshi going for trez, Andrew going for tress. I will let those slide because it's a pilot and I can see through the typo. So Keshi and Andrew, I'm going to accept tress and tress because I'm feeling, I can see what you mean. So Keshi, I will condone that, and Andrew, I will condone that. Andrew, condone. So, feeling jealous. That'd be a dandrologist. Might be a hair. So, unfortunately, if you were wrong on that and you've got a red border, you're going to be eliminated from play. But keep answering, because it could be worth a big difference later on. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players correct. So one of you is going to be very disappointed, I'm afraid. Let's find out the fastest 4 for the Eye of Horus question. Dev was fastest, followed by Dogfish, followed by Keshi, followed by Zeus. Unfortunately, Hodder's not quite quick enough, so you need to try again on the next question. And again, everybody keep answering, because there could be a turnaround when we get to the end game, so to speak. On we go to the Eagle question. I'm going to call this the Eagle question. Is it Falcon? Eagle question, coming in now. In a famous TV interview, of which politician did Jeremy Paxman ask, "Did you threaten to overrule him?" 12 times? And that's time. 19 players attempting this question. The correct answer was Michael Howard. Did you threaten to overrule him? I have discussed this with the committee. Did you threaten to overrule him, Mr. Howard? Great interview, go and watch it. No, I didn't overrule him, is what he answered something like 40 years later. Let's have a look. Who was right, who was wrong? You go green if you're right, red if you're wrong. Quite a few wrong answers coming up there. Blobby, Corbyn, Thatcher, Gordon Brown, Margaret Thatcher, Churchill, Trump and David Cameron all incorrect. So if you offered one of those answers, you're going to be eliminated. If you gave me Michael Howard though, and you're still in live play, you're going to be in with a chance of getting a slot on this question. For now though, if you're wrong, you're out the game. 2, 3, 4. Again, 5 players getting the correct answer in. But who were the 4 fastest? Only 4 can progress on the Eagle question. 4 fastest players were: Brig was fastest, followed by Big Man Aaron. Lewis was 3rd, and Topper was 4th. So for the 2nd time, Hodders is the 5th fastest player to get it right, but unfortunately, Hodders still not getting a slot. Very, very bad luck. We've still got a handful of players left in live play, but not with passage to the next row. David, AB Me, Matt, Jerry Ellis, and Hodders. Just the 4 players. Just the 4 players by the looks of it. So you could all get through on this next question if you give me a right answer. Let's have a look at the hand question. Manuel Neuer is the captain of which international football team? And there's your time up. 24 players attempting this one. The correct answer was Germany. He's the captain of the German international football team. Green if you're red, right if you're not. Let's take a look. Lots of incorrect answers coming in. 15 players were right, 10 were wrong. Wrong answers: Portugal, Bayern Munich, Uruguay, Real Madrid, Brazil, Belgium, the Netherlands, Brazil, and Spain, all of which are incorrect. If you gave me one of those answers, I'm afraid you're going to be locked out. So, 4 players in live play. Jerry, Matt, AB Me, and Hodders all getting it right, which means all 4 of you are going to get passage. Very, very well done to you. Let's find out what order you are in on the hand question. AB Me was 1st. Jerry was 2nd. Hodders was 3rd. And Matt getting the football question 4th. Very well done to you. 12 you have obtained passage to the next row. But remember, on the next row, only 8 of you go through. And then on the 10th question, there is only 1 question for which only 4 players can get passage. And if you don't get passage, it will go to the highest scoring players of the locked out players. So that second chance saloon is still a very real possibility for a lot of you. For now, let's go on to the, I'm going to call this the base question, because it looks like a bass clef. Green if you're red, right if you're not. Did I say that? That sounds like something I would say. I sometimes go back and rewatch the VODs and I realise I just jumble my words. There's one in quotes which I say you've got, when I'm talking about The Witness and with Dan and with something with Ash. You've got Turnabout with Ash on Wednesday, you've got The Witness with Quizzy Dan with Turnabout on Wednesday, and it's listening back, it makes no sense. So thank you. Put it in quotes, Dev. That'd be great. Okay, let's take a look at the base question. 12 players still in live play. Only 8 can go through on this row. Here's the question. Oh, no, that's just resetting it and eliminating the players who didn't get through, which in this case is everybody who was in there still able to get through, did get through. So, on we go. The base question. Which video game, originally released in 2015, is set in the fictional village of Yorton, Shropshire, and takes place in 1984? The questions do get slightly harder as they go on as well. Only 13 players attempting this one. Only 2 questions on this row if you're vying for passage. Correct answer was... Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Keshi looks like the only player in a live play to actually have attempted that one. Let's see who was right and who was wrong. Quite a few wrong answers in there. No one in live play, though, that I need to worry about. Goat Simulator, Final Fantasy, Portal 5, Not Tonight, The Vanishing of Ethan Watson, Vanishing of Ethan Carter, Lord Chocobo, also an awesome game, not the one I'm thinking of on this occasion. Gold, Hitman, Last of Us, Silence of the Lambs, We Happy Few, Big Brother, and We Happy Few, all incorrect. Only 3 players were right there. Samsa, Oni, and our live player Keshi, which means, let's find out who's going to get passage. Only Keshi is viable, which means, Keshi, you're going to get passage, and nobody else. So, we go on to the snake question. And there are 11 of you. 11 of you vying over 4 places. This could get very, very messy. Keshi's going to sit and relax unless he's 100% certain, I imagine. Let's take a look at the snake question. Which Roman god of doorways and passages is often depicted with 2 faces on opposite sides of his head? There's time up. 27. Very, very strongly attended question for this one. Let's take a look at the correct answer. It was Janus, or Janus. Janus. The answer we were after there. Green if you're right, red if you're not. Surprisingly, a lot of correct answers on this one. 22 were correct, 6 were wrong. Dev going for Juno, ABME going for Julix, Alex is going for a sad man, Top Score going for Dave, Amy going for Gemini, Andrew going for Thanos. If you gave me one of those answers, I'm afraid you're incorrect and you're about to be locked out. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 eligible players for 4 slots in the snake. Who is going to be joining Keshi on the final question? Good luck. Fastest player was... It was Brig. Second was Big Man Aaron. Third was Jerry. And fourth was Zeus. Very well done to you 4. It does mean Dogfish Mad Hot is again just a little bit slow. Going to be eliminated. Also, Lewis, you're going to be locked out because you didn't proffer an answer on that one. That is the end of the 3rd row. Penny, do you want to go into the bedroom? Do you want to go into the bedroom? There you go. So, if you haven't got a slot, you're going to be eliminated. Which means we've got 5 players vying for 4 places on this final question. And remember, if we don't get 4, this is your chance to get a second reattempt. So I'm looking at the scores. Samsa's on 7 and locked out. Cola's on 7 and locked out. Energia and Quizzle on 7 and locked out. If it gets to the point where there's a tie between the scores, it will come down to the player who has had the least amount of time spent submitting answers, because it logs the amount of time you take to submit an answer. First of all, though, Zeus, Jerry, Keshi, Brig, Big Man Aaron, fighting for 4 places on the bold question. Here it is. In which part of the human body are the calcaneus, talus, and navicular bones? And that's time up. Frame rate is dragging a bit because I'm focused on the controller. I don't want to do that. 29. The vast majority of players attempting this one. Let's take a look at the correct answer. The foot, or feet, or the feet, all would have been accepted. Let's take a look who was right and who was wrong. Wow, that's a lot of incorrect answers there. An awful lot of incorrect answers. Let me just whiz through the submitted answers very quickly. 20 incorrect players, only 10 were right. Spine, ear, hand, ear, back, arm, ear, hand, ear, neck, ear, skull, head, nose, spine, and neck. All incorrect answers. Fortunately, if you gave me one of those, you're going to be locked out. And this is where it gets interesting. Zeus and Big Man Aaron are the only two players in live play to get that one right. They're going to be granted passage no matter what. Let's see who was faster. Big Man Aaron got there first, and Zeus got there second. Very well done. No one else getting passage. But we have got 2 slots left in the final. Hodders has got 8. Quizzle has got 8. And only those 2 have got 8, which means Hodders and Quizzle, the second chance saloon, comes to you. There is some lovely symmetry going on there, Samster. Nearly guessed eye only. That would be quite... I didn't get many bones in the eye, unless you're... No, don't make that joke, Ben. Hodders and Quizzle looking like they're going to get passage to the final. Let's see if my logic works. Oh, that's eliminating players who weren't there. Let's find out who's going to the final. It is indeed Hodders, Quizzle, Big Man Aaron, and Zeusless. Zeusless only getting 5 correct. Big Man Aaron only getting 6, but Hodders and Quizzle with 8, getting that last chance saloon, 8 out of 10. You 4 are all in the final. Very well done. At this point, you can still answer in the lobby game if you want to play for points for a personal best, but at this point, you cannot enter the live game from any point onwards. Oh, I'm looking forward to explaining the final rules. Let's go to the final. And yes, let's rotate the pyramid. Let's rotate the pyramid. There's more. Yes, Scorecat got there. I knew Scorecat was going to get there. Let's rotate the pyramid. So, you may have figured out exactly how this is going to go. There are only 3 questions in the final. I did intimate that there were only 13 questions in this game. And this means we go an entire row at a time. For this first question, there are 3 slots available. The owl slot, 1 read and 2 reads. In this case, only 3 can get them. We may have fewer than that. And here's the kicker. To win this game, you've got to answer the last question. And I'm going to put it on the record. It's not massively niche, but it's not massively general knowledge either. When writing the question packs, and there is a template for this already, if anyone's seen that in the question writers tool, when writing these questions, it's a bit like the end of the escape artists. You want the last few questions to be more broad than perhaps these are, but I did write these in a rush just to sort of get a test feel for it. So, for the inaugural victory, and I will give some pennies to players, to winning player, if anyone survives, because it's very easy to have no winners on this game. Zeus, Hodders, Big Man Aaron, and Quizzle, 3 slots available for this question here. The location of a particular barbarous French prison until its closure in the 1950s, Devil's Island, is in which ocean? Wrong window, Zeus. Wrong. Balls indeed. Zeus saying Atlantic in the public chat, which was the correct answer. Did he get a whisper in after the fact? There are 3 slots available. Green if you're right, red if you're wrong. Did get a whisper in. Zeus getting Atlantic. Hodders getting Atlantic. Quizzle getting Atlantic. And Big Man Aaron going for Pacific. So 3 correct answers, which means Zeus, your slightly slower answer by going to the chat window first, hasn't been a problem because Pacific is incorrect. Let's find out who was fastest. I'll eliminate the players that got it wrong. First of all, Big Man Aaron out of the game. And let's put you in. Quizzle was the fastest. Hodders was second. Unsurprisingly, Zeus was third. Well done, you 3. You are through to the next row. We've got the pipe and the fist bump. I don't like fist bump. It does look like a fist bump, but I don't want to call it the fist bump. That's probably what I'm going to call it. And then the sperm at the top. Pipe and fist bump. 2 slots available. Good luck. Here's the question. Oh, no, that's just eliminating players. Here's the question. I need to press that twice there. Is it a belt? Oh, yes, it could be a belt. 2 countries border Bangladesh. India is one. What is the other? And there's your time up. Zeus, Hodders, and Quizzle all submitting an answer here. Correct answer was Myanmar. Would also have accepted Burma. as a correct answer. 23 players attempting that one. Let's take a look. Green if you're right, red if you're wrong. Ooh! The 3 live players have all gone for Pakistan and all got it wrong, which means we're going to play out the final question for the lulz. But that is it. That's game over. No one has ascended the pyramid tonight. So, let's eliminate the wrong players. And let's find out who was fastest and put them into the pyramid. No one there. Which means this last question, as I said, is for the lulz. Everyone has been eliminated, but let's see if you can go for a high score. Here is question number sperm. No winners tonight on Takeshi's Pyramid. Not including Thanos, who was first introduced in the same film, what is the name of the principal antagonist in the 2014 film Guardians of the Galaxy? "17 players having a go at this one. Correct answer was Ronan the Accuser. I would have also accepted Ronan. Let's take a look. Green if you're right, red if you're not. Ronan or Ronin. Apparently got through the spell checker. Ronan the Accuser. Ronan. All good. 1, 2, 3, 4 players getting that one right. Who bloody cares? Oh, Hodders. Don't be like that. Roanna from Silent Marine there. But not the right answer. Drax, also a good thought. I'm not looking at the log, I'm looking at the things on there. But anyway, if you got Ronan, you've got a point. If not, you're locked out. But at this point, it's the end of the game. Who was fastest? No one, because there's no one in live play, sadly. So let's eliminate anyone who didn't get passage, which is what that button does. And it means tonight, unfortunately, nobody has ascended the pyramid. Scaled the pyramid. And that's it. That's the pyramid. Short and sweet game. I like the mechanic of instant elimination, but you can keep playing and there might be a second chance saloon. My winning run in finals ends at 2. Yeah, well done, Hodders. Yeah, two in a row. So that's 2 days in Unity without coming up for air. The mechanic that I got in mind was, what about there are limited slots to questions and you've got to get one? The idea is it's meant to be like Deciphered. You could probably play 2 games of that in a night without breaking a sweat. It was maybe 40 minutes, and I was doing a lot of explaining in between. So I hope you like that. No, I don't need to give out any pennies. That's the thing to remember, because no one has scaled the pyramid there. Well played to the 3 nearly winners. Instant elimination, but you can get back in if others get a question right. Yeah, it's risk reward. So if you get early questions right and then sit quiet, but then go out at the end, that's, you know, the risk reward you've got to play. Good, I'm glad you liked it, Score. I've deliberately not told anyone about this, apart from my wife, just because I wanted to get a complete fresh perspective on what is this like as an idea. It's a short game. It'll be probably 2 games. And yes, you can all still play even when eliminated, and it's hopefully fun. And goes with the Egyptian aesthetic. I like the music. I quite like the scene as well. There's a couple of free asset packs that I've downloaded to get this in. The only thing, the first thing I'm thinking, apart from obviously getting sound effects in, obviously it would make the game longer. But if it were 15 questions in the main game, then you get 16 through in the first round. So it'd be 20, sorry, because it'd be 5 times 4. Would lengthen the game, but given we've got 9, 8, 27, 30, 38 players in tonight, only having 16 go through in the first round. Oh, the radioactive hourglasses, they're fun, aren't they, Matt? Yeah, I'm not sure yet. It depends on the numbers, because if you've only got like 25 in a game, then 16 going through is about right, especially with that last chance saloon. But I don't know if it would be better to have 15 questions at the beginning and have a slightly longer game, extra 5 questions. So Pyramid, then Cryptex. I mean, I would put Cryptex first if these are going to pair. I think they would pair quite well, actually. I'm not going to lie. Cryptex and Pyramid, they've both got that sort of theme running through, that sort of ancient world theme, which I kind of like. This is a little bit more cartoony. It's not quite as serious as Cryptex, but as ever, please do send any suggestions that you've got to the Discord. I'm glad that it's run without breaking a sweat. It's probably the fastest game I've done and then got to airing, which I suppose is a sign of something. But it's a relatively simple concept. And like I say, the spreadsheet is available to write questions for it now. So do come and give me some feedback on that. I'd be very grateful to hear from you. So that's the pyramid. There's no closing credits yet, but I have got the soundtrack at the end, which I will play out before we go and raid somebody. We're going to go and raid the Worldly Gamer. The Worldly Gamer is someone I met a couple of weeks ago. I jumped into a birthday stream of his. He was playing Jackbox. He's a Tomb Raider speedrunner. And this week, with Dylan going back to school, my distraction in between working has been going on to Twitch, and I've made about 4 or 5 new Twitch friends who I've gone and hung out with. The Worldly Gamer is a British streamer, does Tomb Raider speedruns. One of the nicest people I've met and chatted with, and I've been hanging out with them a little bit in their community. So we're going to go raid them and give them some love. Before all that, Pinnacle Larder tomorrow with Tipster. I know Tipster has been not been well, I think the last couple of Sundays or had sort of difficult days. So hoping the Pinnacle Larder is going to be back on Sunday. I'm back on Tuesday with Ash for Countdown and the pilot episode of Going for Gold. That'll be right here. I'm really looking forward to that. Ash is going to be here on Ash's channel on Wednesday. Oh, Pinnacle Larder's not on tomorrow. I beg your pardon, Tipster and Matt. Thank you for letting me know. But Ash is going to be here on Wednesday with Duel Royale. That's going to be fun on Ash's stream, so we'll go and give Ash a watch. Quizzy Dan, I know, is off next week. No Quizzy Bingo, but Ash is back with 1,000 Heartbeats next Friday. Next Saturday, AMA Meet the Flushes. First of all, don't go. Don't everybody go. Please stay here a minute while I give you this information. Unless you're not interested, in which case, thank you for coming. AMA, me and Mrs. Flush, we're going to start a little bit earlier. The stream is going to go live at 7:15 when questions are going to be open. You're going to use channel points to ask questions. We're going to start the stream at 7:30. We're hoping to wrap up the AMA by about 8:30. Have the first game of Face Off. There's then going to be a flush written game of Red Herrings at sort of 9ish. We'll then have the second game of Face Off around about 9:45, and then there'll be something else after that. It might be Cryptex, it might be some more of the Pyramid, it might be something else, the Escape Artist or something. So that's next week, but it's going to be a slightly later stream and it's going to be an earlier start. So there's going to be lots and lots of good fun to have. Playing the Wall in Ash's Discord on Monday night. Always good stuff happening in Ash's Discord. If you're not there already, what are you doing? Go and join Ash's Discord right now. So next week's going to be a little bit earlier. That's the big thing, 7:30, and the stream will go live at 7:15 with questions open. Question cutoff will probably be about 7:45. We get half an hour of questions, so then we've got 45 minutes to get through a backlog. And it's an AMA, so ask me or Mrs. Flush anything about us. You can ask me about stuff that I do on stream or in my other worldly life. Ask about stuff at home. Ask for stuff about Mrs. Flush. I'm anticipating probably more people wanting to know about Mrs. Flush, who's slightly more elusive because she sort of floats in and out when she's here. But that's going to be next Saturday. I'm really, really looking forward to it. A little bit earlier, finishing a little bit later. We've got a Red Herrings pack in the middle, a couple of face-off games, and there will be another game at the end. I might bring the Escape Artist in. It might be Danger Zone. It might be the Pyramid. It might be Cryptex. I don't know. Cryptex at the end of the night feels a bit, maybe not. So could do Cryptex in the middle and maybe put Red Herrings at the end. I'm not sure. Might be risky business. Jury is still out. I might even do a poll in the Discord server for what the last game of the night will be. And then I'll write a question pack accordingly or use one of the ones we've got on file. Anyway, that is next weekend. So much going on. We're going to raid... Oh, we're not going to raid the World of Gamer because they've just gone offline. Okay. Messy Coder's online. We could go raid the Messy Coder. If you're interested in dev stuff, I've done an interview with the Messy Coder in the past. The Messy Coder. They talk about game development. Don't know who they're talking to. I think they've only just gone online, so they're probably there for a bit. So we'll get the Worldly Gamer another time. But Messy Coder is always good fun, so we'll go and raid them. Raid message is going to be Pyramid, because of course it is. Pyramid is the raid message. So yeah, I think Escape Artist could possibly be on the cards. I think it's scheduled for the Saturday after anyway, so I'll just look at the schedule. But we'll go and raid the Messy Coder. We'll say hi. They'll be doing dev interviews, so if you're interested in tech stuff, really, really nice guy, and you'll get some really good insights. You've been playing Pyramid. Thank you so much for joining me for game night tonight. It's been wonderful to have you. Thanks again for the hype train at the beginning. You're all absolutely wonderful and marvellous. I've had a great evening. Well done to our face-off players. Thanks to Lupine for his Purge question pack. That was a huge amount of fun to play that tonight. And well done to Hodders on a second victory there. Hope you enjoyed the Pyramid. Give me some feedback in the Discord channel. I'll roll the credits of this, such as it's not the credits, it's just some music, and I'll get some credits for next time we play. Until next time, up in Royal Flush, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you another time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace out, take care, and good night.